Of family.
We'll do that as well from 3 to 7 p.m. every single day. Well, we just stay here, honestly. I haven't seen my family in years.
What are their names again?
Yeah, I don't know. My children?
Oh, and a little sports, too.
How'd you get that job?
Multifaceted morning entertainment. It's what we do. Now, here are the guys.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. That's right. We don't leave. We stay here.
That was a masterpiece.
Yeah, dude. CJ, you've outdone yourself.
There was a Cerberus mention in there.
My God. That's how it opened.
That is, yeah. We're guarding the gates to hell.
We're the three-headed dog.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
In case you're wondering.
Bark.
That's right. Promo code DOG if you want to come to hell. Speaking of which, a little bit of
promo code let you in.
Yeah.
He used the promo code bark.
Bork.
The three-headed dog steps aside and lets you walk right into hell.
Yeah, no problems.
Right.
Eternity of torture. And it could be yours.
Woo!
We'll match your deposit.
Ooh, that's a fun segment. What would be your guys' hell? Like, you
know
know how they say, like, sometimes the devil can get tricky and it'll put you on a loop of, like, the worst moments or, like, just one thing. Like, in a humorous way, what would be your hell?
Probably
standing in any line. In any line of something I'm excited to be, next for. I hate lines. I hated them when I was a kid. I still hate them as an adult. I wouldn't say I'm super impatient, but there are certain things where, especially it's something like, for a roller coaster is a perfect example. When you're waiting for 30 seconds of enjoyment and you're waiting an hour, it drives me insane.
I would say either having to attend a parade continuously or I constantly have to carry around one of those drink holders, like from McDonald's, those cardboard things. I hate the way they feel.
Holding my wife's purse.
The way they feel.
Holding my wife's purse. Throw that on the list. Every time she goes, could you hold this? I'm like, like I want to ask how long? Give me, can I put it on the ground? No, you can't put it on the ground. Do you know how expensive that is? God, oh my God. Could you find a hook? I can't believe this is that big of a problem. She was like, don't worry. Nobody's going to think anything. I'm like, that's not what this is. I didn't bring it with me. In fact, I intentionally, when I left the house, I was like, okay, what's the least amount of items I could carry on my being?
Correct.
While still being able to function in society. So I had a card holder that I took my license and my credit card out of and stuck those two items in my pocket so I could have less thickness next to my leg.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this up. At one point, we were with someone and they said, I wish I had a stapler. And Sarah goes, I have one. She had a stapler. In her purse.
Was it a mini stapler?
It was, yes.
There was one time.
Why though?
There was one time where Annie was complaining because her purse was too heavy, and I'm like, all right. I was like, we have to do this now. She's like, what? I'm like, we're walking toward the car. I'm like, hang on. So I take her purse and I open it up on the front seat, and I kid you, I'm going through. She had a hair dryer in there. I'm going through all of it. She was like, stop this. She was like, this isn't funny. And then like I was like, there are 8 granola bars. I was like, you took a box of granola bars and you opened it and you just dumped out the contents of, why didn't you save the box? Why didn't you keep the box in here? At least it would all be in one place. I was like, they were scattered throughout. It was mind-bending.
Mary Poppins, we were all amazed by her bag that she carried around. Turns out it was just a standard purse.
Just a standard. Yeah. So anyways, that's my hell. What's your hell?
I know for a fact what my hell is. And I love my grandmother. I love her. She's a very sweet lady. She's living up in Merced now. A very sweet lady.
You about to say hanging out with your grandma's
no.
hell?
We used to take these drives in their RV. And they would be like 8-hour drives for something that should take 3 hours to get to because you had to stop at all the different places like Apple Annie's and Tulare and keep moving down the road. She would file her nails for 7.5 of those 8 hours, and just sitting next to her in the RV while she filed her nails, that sound is still hell to me.
Wow.
Like I can't even be in the room when Kendall files her nails.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, there are certain nails that, like, the I don't know, nails scratching against a chalkboard, people have a hard time with, or, this is a crazy one. I don't have much with sound, but like, there are certain people who can't hear silverware on plates.
My brother's one of those people.
Okay. So
he smacked me before for cutting like a piece of steak and going to the plate.
I sat next to a lady in a restaurant who, if your silverware tapped against the plate loud enough, like it would freeze her for a second. Like it grated on her nerves so much, you'd be like, and you're just like, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how we're going to eat next to each other because I can't control that.
Right.
It's, but anyways, speaking of can't control.
Well, do you guys want to ask the question of what the listener's personal hell is for the talkback mic?
Oh my God.
This is Talkback Mike.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And this absolutely was the reason why we were talking about this. We want you to use the talkback mic. We want you to go ahead and talk to us on the talkback mic. Tell us what your personal hell is. And if you do so, my goodness, you could be in the running for a $50 OG's gift card, which will gain you entrance to having your name thrown in a hat with other winners. And if you're so lucky, you could have a foursome at Jesse Lozano's golf tournament. One More Win, supporting One More Win, his foundation that does outreach for student athletes around the San Diego County area. That's coming up on June 21st.
Hey, this is Talkback Mike.
You'd have a 1 in 5 chance of winning that.
Yeah,
if you win that $50
Easy
OG's
peasy.
gift card. Definitely easy. But sorry, I didn't mean to stop you.
No. God, I was on such a roll. And how could you?
You're ready to talk Padres?
Well, yeah. I mean, the two great segues I had to get us to the blackout at Petco Park were stomped on. So I'll just say it. There was a blackout.
Sorry.
I mean, I was doing some brilliant, masterful segueing.
Speaking of being at the golf course,
Yeah.
probably by hole 6, we may black out.
And speaking of blacking out,
In the 7th inning last night, the lights went out.
yeah.
Did you see Casey Alfred's photo of Fernando Tatis Jr. in the blackout?
Yeah, it was a good one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a cool scene. The lights go out, the cell phone flashlights go on, and look, I don't know if it was an accident, if somebody leaned against a light switch. I don't know what happened, but the lights came back on in 3 minutes, and the Padres finished a pretty good inning there. The bases were loaded. You had Donovan Solano at the plate. He walked in an RBI. And then next up, I believe it was Jackson Merrill with an RBI single. And then after that, the sac fly from Ha-Seong Kim. Campusano grounded out. That ended the inning. But what a job by the Padres offense, kind of piling on and keeping this game out of reach. And that's what we got used to seeing Friday, Saturday against the D-backs. Obviously, it's starting to roll here, I guess you could argue, because anytime the pendulum swings too far in one direction, whether it be positive or negative, the Padres swing back. And so when it's going too negative for too long, this is the expectation. The Padres swing back to the positive side. And that's what we're on the upswing, gentlemen.
Right.
We're back.
Right. Well, there's some Padre positives here. One, Tatis is now his 16th game in a row with a
Oh, Nando. My goodness. Fernando Tatis Jr. Is that his 13th homer?
13th of the season, and that one was just a line shot. I had never got more than 15 feet off the ground, I would say. It was just a line drive right field, and if anyone got in the way of it, I'm sorry, because that would have hurt.
Yeah.
But Jackson Merrill, 3-hit night. Would you say that was a Farrell night for him?
Oh, yeah. Farrell Merrill, by the way, Kevin AC, he's on board.
He's on board. He put in his newsletter. I can't believe it. But
There's no credit given.
no,
It didn't say Farrell Merrill
I do
hyphen Big Rich TD and Fletch.
I do halfway remember us saying we don't need credit, Kevin.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he took that to heart.
Yeah. So he writes Farrell Merrill. This is the start. This is the start of something big.
Guys,
Is that High School Musical?
I think
don't know.
I think we should probably start submitting our other nicknames.
Yeah, I think it's a good call.
And that starts tomorrow. Kevin
Mhm.
AC going to join us on the show as he does every Wednesday. Our Padres insider, the show's best friend. He's starting. I really feel like we're rubbing off on him in a positive way.
Right.
In a positive way. Like typically he comes on the show and it feels like maybe we made him even grumpier. but this time.
Yeah, no.
No.
We filled his heart.
Well, with gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
We filled his
Absolutely.
his black ink filled quill with positively gold. I mean, this guy, he's going to get so many pats on the back.
Right. Oh, it's going to be so good. But
What if
some
he
other-
got a call from his editor? It was like, Farrell Merrill? What kind of crap is that?
No,
I'll
this is
submit him some of the photos that were sent to us by Patrick Allen.
he's writer, editor, he's chief editor,
Right.
he's everything. This is his own newsletter.
Exactly.
That didn't actually make the newspaper, which is that
Sweet.
just
Do they have a newspaper still?
it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. But it's worth noting that we've had an effect on Kevin Acey because he sent that out to everybody.
Yeah, the world.
Yeah,
the world
that's right.
saw it. But some positive positives. Jackson Merrill obviously has a good day. Tatis looks like he's starting to feel it again. Looks like Tatis of old, at least starting to emerge a little bit. Manny Machado had a couple hits. So any questions, I guess, are they better or worse with him on the field?
No questions.
Yeah.
They are way better with him on the field. This team has a great culture of winning, and I don't honestly see this stopping anytime soon.
So,
I frankly, they won.
Whenever we do this, it goes south.
They won 3 of the last 4. Will they win 75% of the games moving forward? My answer is yes. Obviously,
The
yes.
trend is your friend.
And if Dylan Cease can pitch every night, that would be nice. He was dominant last night. He gave up 8 hits, somehow left everyone stranded, only gave up 1 run in 6 innings. Like, that's takes some fortitude. Or maybe it's on the A's part more. Like, they were just leaving runners on base the entire night. But giving up 8 hits, only giving up 1 run, pretty impressive for Dylan Cease.
And the guys who have been hitting did not hit yesterday. Rice was 0 for. Solano went 0 for. Profar, I think, was walked a couple times, no hits. But the other guys stepped up.
Yeah, it really feels like what we expected to see this season is starting to transpire. Where you're seeing almost like a
Don't go too far.
Yeah.
well, hang on.
I mean, they are literally at 500 again.
Where the Padres are winning the majority of their games, 75%.
It's true.
Over the last 4 games, 75% of their games were wins.
Are you running for president right now?
Fernando Tatis Jr. on fuego. Yo hablo
Now watch this
español.
drive.
And then Manny Machado, fantastic.
I would say the best.
Someone said, I was just talking to
Many
Manuel the other
Many
day,
people.
and I tell you, his people love me. Machado's beautiful baby. I believe it's a baby boy. It's very difficult. Babies seem genderless. Anyways,
I
look,
love that drink.
unless it has a pink bow, you don't know girl or guy. Look, the point is great ball player. Look, the point. I love when the Padres are good because everybody in this town feels like they sleep easier.
Oh, yeah. Everything just feels better. I agree. I have a friend who just had a baby, by the way. Both he and his wife are tatted up, sleeves.
Yeah.
Baby, no tattoos.
Well, see,
which is
that's
always
what-
shocking.
Yeah, when it comes out, you expect it like at least half sleeve.
Yeah, a little half sleeve.
Yeah. Maybe like a little baby wolf on your arm howling at like at a tiny moon.
Yeah.
Well, personal hells are starting to come in on the Talkback mic, so get on over to the Talkback mic, submit your personal hell, and you get a call or a chance to win a $50 gift card to OG's, and you qualify for that foursome out of Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament next Friday. We'll be out there. You'll be teeing off right after us if you win that. Padres did beat the A's last night at Petco Park. Final score 6-1. Dylan Cease, fantastic on the mound. 6 innings, just 1 earned run. Nando hit a homer. Cronzone hit a homer. Good night for the Pods. Another one against the A's tonight. Randy Vasquez on the mound. Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers take a 2-0 series lead after beating the Oilers 4-1 last night in Florida. Oilers girl, not there. NBA, Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers' offer for him to be their next head coach. Lakers offered him $70 million for 6 years. Hurley is going to return to UConn. I was thinking about this morning, guys. Hurley for sure leaked those numbers, right?
For surely.
That it was, oh my God.
Why? What? You look like you've seen a
What?
ghost.
So it's
Did you hear what he just said?
Hurley for surely. Go ahead.
Because Dan Hurley probably
Put it on
wants
a button.
UConn to know that the Lakers offered him $70 million because he wants UConn to now offer him $70 million. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
For
mean,
surely.
for
God.
sure. Yeah, look, that one's not too hard to figure out. Anytime you see a reported offer come through, it's not because the Lakers were eager to tell everybody how much they offered Dan Hurley.
And he turned it down.
Yeah, obviously it came from Dan Hurley to say to Connecticut, to UConn rather, hey, gang, So this is what the Lakers offer is. We're going to have to go ahead and make sure that I'm getting paid something either near or above this. And that's exactly what's happening. He's putting the screws to UConn. If you want me to stay on and try for a back-to-back-to-back for the first time since John Wooden, well, then go ahead and re-sign me to something to the tune of 6 years, $70 million. And so UConn's going to have to bend over backwards, and they will. And as we know, college basketball brings in a lot of money to certain schools. UConn's one of them. It's a blue blood program now, and Dan Hurley will get his check. There's no question about that.
So he had just signed a 6-year, $32.1 million deal with UConn before last season began. So I wonder if that gets reworked now.
For double?
I know. That's hard to believe.
They're going to give him a pay raise, because when you are being lured away from a program and you turn down what would that be then? Okay, so 6 years, 70 million. I'm not a mathematician, but that's north of 11 mil per year.
Yeah.
So what is he getting paid per year now by UConn?
6 for 32. So what is that?
5 mil, 5.5 mil.
Yeah. So literally he got offered double annual salary. So yeah, they're going to rework his deal, because that's what happens, unfortunately, in business. When you are wanted, you're going to have to overpay if you're trying to pull somebody away from a program. And arguably the Lakers would have if those numbers are accurate. UConn's going to have to sweeten his deal. There's no question about it. There'll be reports probably in a couple of months, and it's going to say something to the effect of Dan Hurley renegotiates contract, and it's going to be for a bunch more money. Look, here's what's interesting to me about this story is the Lakers' job is not a good job. And we started talking about this when JJ Redick turned it down. We continue the conversation now that Dan Hurley has turned it down. 2 major names. Now Jay Wright's name got thrown in. If that sort of feels obligatory because he's the next big name who potentially could fill one of these vacancies. But the reality of the situation is, who wants to coach an aging superstar? It's almost like the old Jeff Foxworthy show, Who's Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Who wants to coach an aging superstar? The answer is no one. No one who has a huge reputation in the sport, because they're going to sacrifice more than they gain.
So do we get another name kind of like Frank Vogel or Darvin Ham, where everyone's like, huh? What'd they do again?
That's what I think.
Who were they with last time?
That's what I think.
So it's not going to be a Dan Hurley or one of these coaches that has tons of experience, whether it be at the college or the NBA level. You're not going to get somebody out of one of those media career retirements that a coach transitions into. It's probably going to be a Jay Stingler type of hire.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be. You don't need to pay for it.
It's just going to be, I don't know, an NBA retread. Probably a name of a former head coach who's now spent time on someone's bench, or maybe a first timer like we've seen. I think they were trying to lure in, the major fish in the pond, the biggest name out there. Look, I mean, Dan Hurley, the comparison was, this is like the Chargers hiring Jim Harbaugh, and it would have been to the same market. Both LA teams get the top or the national championship winning coach in both of the major sports, football and college basketball at the collegiate level. Didn't work out for the Lakers because, unlike the Chargers, what the Chargers have, the Lakers don't, is a young superstar talent heading up their team. Yeah. Justin Herbert's at the helm. He could play for the next 10 years for the Chargers. The problem for the Lakers is LeBron James. I mean, he's got 1 foot in terms of his career, he's got 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot on a banana peel. Like, it could be this next season, it could be the season after, or it could be in 3 years, and he's going to call it a career eventually here soon.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Ticketpalozza, by the way, continues here today on Big Rich TD and Fletch. We have now added Daryl Hall tickets to the mix. So Daryl Hall going to be playing this Sunday, Father's Day, June 16th, Cal Coast Credit Union Amphitheater, Ticketmaster.com. If you're looking to buy tickets or you're looking for information, but if you want to win them, keep it locked here. We also have a pair of Noah Khan tickets. He'll be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater June 18th. Ticketmaster.com for deets and seats. And a 4-pack of tickets to the 2024 San Diego County Fair coming up. That's going on right now, or June 12th? Tomorrow. Starts tomorrow, goes through July 7th at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. And If you want to win a $50 gift card to OG's and qualify for a foursome at Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament that's happening June 21st, grand prize foursome includes golf for 4 people at the links at the Lake House in San Marcos, breakfast, gift bag, lunch, and you'll be golfing with us. So we're going to tee off. You're going to tee off right behind us. So we'll be going as a group, but you got to use the talkback mic, and I think we've got a couple.
Yeah. People are weird about sounds.
Yeah. My daughter's that way. I get accused daily of chewing too loud and quote unquote gulping when I drink. Yeah.
Do you chew with your mouth open?
No, I'm not an animal.
Do you do that like old guy wheeze when you eat?
No,
Like you kind of take a bite and at the
I'm
same time you're
45.
breathing it. I know, but just sometimes it happens.
Well, yeah. I give you like a big mouthful of mashed potatoes, and all of a sudden you hear a sigh, like you're just like, whoa.
I don't believe so. The other thing apparently I do is if I'm eating, say, French fries,
Yeah.
and I have salt on my fingers, I do that
Oh, yeah,
as I knock the salt off.
yeah, but what's wrong with
I
that?
don't know.
At least you're not a finger licker, you know what I mean?
No, I'm not.
Like that's the worst. Well, when people smack
No,
their
I'm not
fingers.
that.
Oh,
I'm not that.
I'll do that all the time. You give me if I got clean hands, so if my hands are dirty
You
and I
got
pick,
cleaner hands after that.
if I got if I got dirty hands and I pick up ribs, I pretend the sauce is my bacteria barrier, and then I'm like,
Makes sense.
as long as I don't lick the sauce will keep me safe from whatever was on my
True.
hands prior to eating this rib or this chicken
True.
wing. But dude, if I have clean hands and I'm getting down on some chicken wings, or if I'm getting down on some ribs, I'm sucking these fingers dry. Oh my God. I mean, I'll go so far as like, I'll even put my teeth underneath my fingernail to get some of the hidden flavor savor out of there. Woo! Like that a lot. So yeah,
So that who was that person?
yeah, what's that name?
Steve, Frank,
No,
Robert.
no name on there. Just all-star something at
Okay,
gmail.com.
So listen,
What's up, all-star?
The talkback mic is open as it is every day. But if you want to send us your personal hell, you're in the running for a $50 gift card to OG's Pizzeria. And if you win the $50, then you're in the running for the Jesse Lozano tournament, the golf tournament coming up on the 21st, which we're going to play in. So you're going to be right next to us. You're going to be the foursome group behind us. And we're going to have a lot of fun out there on the golf course. So a lot riding on it. If you want to submit a talk back, it's the little microphone button next to the play button on the free iHeartRadio app. You click that, you say something into the microphone. It goes directly to Fletch in the production studio. He can play it on the show just like he did there. We'll play a talk back every segment as long as they keep coming in. We have an issue in Denver. We have a problem.
Can we just skip to 6:45?
No. We got to do this.
Ugh.
We have a purging. We have to make sure that we hit this. Look, we would do this to Fletch if this was happening to the Niners.
Let's be honest, you would do it way worse to me.
We would.
Yeah.
This would be our lead story
Well,
today.
you tried to spin it to something good. This just sucks.
No, there's positives here.
What's that?
His mom.
Okay, wait, hold on. Now I'm back in.
Okay, all of a sudden, Denver, we don't have a problem, as it turns out. Everything's fine. But before we get to that storyline, we got to talk to you about Ocean View Dental. It's my doctor, my dentist, Dr. Jordan Colby out there with Ocean View Dental in Oceanside. Really, really phenomenal doctor, really good person. He's got this beautiful family. You'll see pictures of his family around the office, and that's what he's created inside of this office at Ocean View Dental. Everybody there knows why you're there. They know your name. It's a really comfortable atmosphere. Had that dentist, that horrific experience when you're a kid or maybe as an adult, where you walk into like what feels like a very sterile medical office and you associate it with pain. I had a tooth removed and 3 implants put in, and I was working the next day. It was virtually pain-free. It was incredible. It's very rare you get to explain a dental experience and say, it was incredible, but it truly was. I was amazed by how easy this process was for me, and it's that way for many people. Go to oceanviewdental.net. You could see before and afters of other people that Dr. Jordan Colby had helped. So if you're interested in changing your dentist, if you're looking for somebody new, I would highly recommend him. Again, he's my dentist. I'm going to be visiting him next week. Next week, my appointment's coming up to see him again. So that's oceanviewdental.net, oceanviewdental.net.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, it is back, and you can win tickets before you can buy them. Live performances by Big Sean, Camilo Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, and a whole lot more, including Shabuzi. If you're looking to go to the bar and get tipsy, something like that. September 20th and 21st at T-Mobile Arena out in Las Vegas. 2 nights, 1 stage. Listen to win tickets before you can buy them, including airfare, a hotel out in Vegas, and $1,000 in your pocket. Keep listening to win. And our exclusive Capital One cardholder sale begins today. Keep it locked in. San Diego Sports 760.
This update is presented by Macy's. Padres take down the A's last night at Petco Park. Final score 6-1. Dylan Cease fantastic on the mound. 6 innings, just 1 earned run. Another one against the A's tonight. Randy Vasquez is going to be on the bump for the Pods. Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers take a 2-0 series lead after beating the Oilers 4-1 last night in Florida. NBA, Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers' offer for him to be their next head coach. Lakers offered $70 million for 6 years. Hurley is going to return to UConn. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
There's Jeremy there on the talkback mic, leaving his own personal hell. That's what we're asking you to do if you want to be in the running for this $50 OG's gift card, which would then qualify you to have a chance to win a foursome of golf at Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament that's coming up on the 21st. You'll be golfing alongside with us. But I don't know about you guys. I love the advertisements.
Oh, in
like,
fact, sometimes I turn down the volume
mhm.
on iHeart
So
when I'm listening to, like,
you focus in on the ads.
yeah, when I'm listening to Jim Russell talk, especially, I just turn down the volume, and then once the advertisers start talking, then I turn the volume back up. And I'm just like, oh, this is way better.
Some of my favorite advertisements are when you guys are talking.
Yeah.
Like, yes, tell me more about that. Pork.
Prize Picks?
Yeah. Wait, promo code dogs? Those pop up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Our apologies,
but
you're welcome.
yeah, Jeremy, we get it. We get it.
I believe Jeremy's talking more like when you are
When you're surfing the web,
when you're streaming something
yeah,
that maybe you're not supposed to be streaming, and the pop-ups just keep coming.
Oh yeah, it's a game of it's like whack-a-mole.
Literally, you
don't
keep,
know.
and
I
some
don't-
of the X's
Is
are
that not
fake
the right thing to
X's.
say?
Yeah, I don't think you were, but it certainly is. Let's just leave it right there.
Yeah, you got a mallet in your hand,
Yeah.
and you got to
TD is trying so hard not to talk about the
Whack.
Broncos.
whack the moles.
We have Ticketpalooza going on. Yeah, we'll step aside from the Broncos for a second. We have tickets to Noah Khan. We have a $50 gift cards on the line for those talkbacks. Again, use the talkback mic on the free iHeartRadio app. You could win a $50 gift card to OG's and then also qualify for Jesse Lozano's golf tournament coming up on the 21st, where you'll be golfing with us. Also, chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego County Fair and a pair of tickets to Darrell Hall. So we got to give all these tickets away today. All right. So you're going to win something. Just keep listening to this show right here.
And to win the $50, we need your personal hell on the talkback mic.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
correct. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We gave ours. Mine is anytime Annie asks me to hold her heavy ass purse.
Yeah, but you're a fanny pack guy, so I mean,
No. The fanny
Yeah,
pack
no.
is very different from a purse.
Absolutely. You
Very.
ever sit at a restaurant and then she hands you her purse
Mm.
as you're sitting in the booth?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There's no room for it over here.
And I'm just like, well, there's no room
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
either.
same size on this side.
Yeah, we just have, in fact, I'm a larger person, so I have less room for anything. I remember one time, true story, on the outside of the booth, there's a hook and it's for purses.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll take your purse. Womp, right on the hook. She goes, absolutely not. I'm like, why not? She was like, somebody could just walk by and take it or take something out of it. I'm like, Annie, that's what it. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, this isn't the Play Oliver. The Artful Dodger isn't in the Applebee's. Like, we're gonna be okay. Okay. So, anyways, that's my personal hell. Anything to do with her purse. But whatever your personal hell is, leave it on the talkback mic. I know what Travis's personal hell is. TD is a Broncos fan.
Mhm.
And right now it's a 2-man race, it feels, for the starting QB position between Bo Nix and Zach Wilson.
My personal hell just might be being a Broncos fan.
85 days, 17 hours, 21 minutes, 44 seconds.
That feels good.
Until the Broncos open up their season with Zach Wilson under center.
You know,
Well, okay,
okay.
if they do that, what will your reaction be if they do that?
Look, part of me, it's a total letdown. The other part of me is I would really like Bo Nix to succeed. I don't know if he succeeds if you just throw him right in there. So maybe you let Zach Wilson play a couple games and probably lose a couple games, and then you start easing in Bo Nix to this thing. Because, Rich, you were in the NFL. How hard is it as a rookie to step right on the field and all of a sudden you're going from college ball to pro ball? I mean, you have now mashed the throttle here.
It's tough. It's really tough. For certain guys, they make it look easy. I promise you it isn't. Like a CJ Stroud season, he made that look easy. I promise you it wasn't. That took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of diligent time spent in the film room studying his playbook. And he had the athletic ability, the aptitude, the arm strength, all the things, the luck. By the way, you need good fortune not to get hurt. And he was banged up for part of the season to get through that very successful rookie campaign with the Houston Texans. But it's rare. It's so rare that how often do we see a first-round rookie quarterback turn into a franchise quarterback? It's hit or miss. It's about 35% for a first-round quarterback. So for Bo Nix to be successful right out the gate, it's first of all rare, but it's. I mean, the question is, will Zach Wilson be ready? That's the question, because
he didn't even want to play.
Because let's be honest, it looked terrible for what was it? Was it 3 years with the Jets before they moved on? Three seasons. It hasn't worked yet. And I don't know if maybe a change of scenery, Sean Payton helps him, but it's tough. To answer your original question, it's really tough to have success as a rookie.
Well, Sean Payton talked about Zach Wilson in contention for the starting position here. That's what he had to say.
Hey, Fletch. Really quick, because TD is a Broncos fan. Let me ask you this question. Does that sound like a guy who's convinced that Zach Wilson's like really good at what he does?
Not to me. No, this sounded so that report came out of the front office of the Broncos that Zach Wilson is in contention. Vegas isn't buying it. Bo Nix is still at minus 400 to be opening day starter for the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton was asked about Zach Wilson. I think he did the right thing. What I will say, the messaging since they drafted Bo Nix has been very, oh my God, we love this kid. We loved him the whole way through. Every time we sat down to watch Bo Nix tape, it's been awesome.
We had to mix up the names on the board so nobody take him.
We wanted him so badly the whole time because that's what they have to say. And if you're going to be starting a first-round draft pick rookie quarterback, we know the percentages. We know how bad it can be. You have to build his confidence any way you possibly can. This is the first time. Yesterday was the first time we heard anything about any of the other quarterbacks with the Broncos.
Well, there's differing beliefs on that, because there are certain coaches who won't do that. They won't give you anything. Belichick was famous for it. He would tell rookies to shut their mouths. They have a lot to learn. Nobody wants to hear from you. He would never. Gerard Mayo the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, because Gerard Mayo, to his credit, he's stayed pretty firm on the fact that Drake May has a lot to work on. Now, the media who cover the Patriots have said a lot of nice things about Drake May, how he's looked at practices, but from the head coach, it's been a lot of he's got to get better. Now, with Sean Payton, he's a different head coach. He has a different philosophy how to build players up. So, yeah, it seemed like a lot of glowing praise for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Maybe this is an effort to temper the excitement for Bo Nix. Like maybe they're seeing things at practice where they're going, geez, maybe quick timeout. Things aren't going as well as planned. So maybe let's just start talking about Zach Wilson a little bit, just so people understand that this is still QB competition, just in case.
So, yeah, you're probably correct. Where my fear is let's just say that part of this is true. Zach Wilson sucks. I mean, he sucks. So if you're out there going, hey, Zach Wilson may be our starting guy, that's not good. I mean, that is not good.
What we've seen at the NFL level does suck for Zach Wilson. He hasn't been very good at all. Now, he did have one game last year where everyone was like, oh, that's the guy that was drafted.
Yeah.
It's like there's moments, there's flashiness with Zach Wilson that you do get. No, it wasn't week 1 because that was pretty bad. They did win the game against the Bills, but it wasn't a good game for Zach Wilson at all. But then there was another game I can't remember, but there was moments where Zach Wilson looked good. And coming out in the draft process, like I still remember Zach Wilson's pro day because it was blasted all over ESPN. It was blasted all over social media. The throw he made when he was rolling out of the pocket, like there are certain parts of Zach Wilson's game that could be good. It's just never been unlocked.
Yeah, Zach Wilson has had moments, but Zach Wilson has been rattled out there. Rattled.
He was a great, I don't mean good, I mean great college quarterback. When I watched him play at BYU and I got to watch him play in person because I called games that he played in, the dude, he was a baller. Now, the Aztecs did a nice job rattling his cage at the collegiate level, and there was one game where he really struggled against San Diego State. And I'll tell you what, that's kind of the way it's looked since he's been in the league. That was a microcosm of what was to come for his NFL career.
Can you play a little clip of that Sean Payton, or a little piece of that Sean Payton clip again? Is he an aviary?
There you go. Yeah, was there birds?
There's
tweeting?
tons.
He's out at Augusta National golf course where they pipe in the bird sound.
If you listen to the whole thing, I couldn't even hear what he was saying because I was so focused on birds.
If you had to guess what species of bird was chirping behind him, what would you say?
Oh, well, there was a couple different birds there. It almost sounded like it was on a farm because there was one point there was a peacock, it sounded like. And then there was
what do peacocks sound like?
That's actually a very good peacock.
So, and then I would say there was some kind of finch or something that was chirping.
Very nice. Well, I want to talk about a couple of Hooters coming up next. We still don't have a name, but yeah, we have
a first name.
Well, we have a name.
We have a name.
We don't have we don't have an identification, but we have some owls that we need to take the deep dive and figure out who they belong to, and we will. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about dogs instead.
Prize Picks.
That's right. Prize Picks is the #1 fantasy sports app in North America. That's a continent. Canada, Mexico, the USA, 5 million people strong. Why are they downloading the Prize Picks app and playing along with us? Well, it's because they know what we already know and what you should know if you download the app and sign up with promo code DOGS, that's DOGS, for a deposit match up to $100. That's promo code DOGS. It's awesome. It's fun. It's easy to use, Fletch.
Yeah, more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. That's all you're doing. For a shot to win up to 100 times your cash, that's when or 1,000 times your cash, sorry. But that's when you're using those little demons, those little goblins. You can mess with them and get some higher payouts. But every time we talk about NFL, I go ahead and take a look at the NFL season-long entries you can make. And Bo Nix is on there. 2,849.5 season-long passing yards.
Ooh, I'm taking the under.
You're taking the under.
Well, I'm taking
that would mean you're assuming he is not
2,800, whatever the yardage.
That means you're thinking he is not starting the entire season.
Not the entire season, no. Yeah, and mainly because I think Sean Payton's going to be protective of Bo Nix because his job rides on Bo Nix.
You know what? I like that a lot. But the NFL season-long entries, those are some of my favorite ones to do because it gives me something to look forward to in 85 days, 11 hours, and however many minutes we have to go. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, enormous selection of players and stat types. That's what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And Richie, what do our listeners need to do?
You need to download the app. You need to sign up with promo code DOGS. That's DOGS. Bark, bark. Promo code DOGS. You'll have your first deposit matched up to $100. So if you put in 50, you're playing with 100. You put in 100, you're playing with $200, just like old Tricky Dicky Ornberger did. That's promo code DOGS on the Prize Picks app. Pick more, pick less. Prize Picks.
Keep up with San Diego sports, 760 anytime, anywhere. Whether you're stepping out of the car or settling at home, just ask your Google or Alexa smart speaker to play AM 760 or stream it live through the iHeartRadio app. It's never been easier to stay connected with your favorite shows like this one. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760, a diamond is forever.
Ow! Wow! San Diego Sports 760.
Where's the beef?
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Ticketpalooza rolls on a Tuesday morning. So this week it's all about you. We're giving away a $50 gift card to the winner on the Talkback Mike. Whatever your personal hell is, and everybody knows what that means, like whatever your personal hell is, we want to hear about it on the Talkback Mike. And you're going to be in the running for that $50 gift card, which puts you in the running, if you win that, for Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament coming up on the 21st.
I get it. I get that. You just got to let it go.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Just let him be angry.
Oh my God. It actually makes me kind of halfway happy to spend maybe a tick longer on the brakes at that stop sign because it's like, okay, A, you're not getting anywhere. You're going fast. You're behind me or you'll be behind the next person. Also, like, what do I care? I mean, if they rear end me, it's their fault. That's going to be on you, pal. And then the other part of it is like, yeah, I mean, if somebody's having a bummer of a time in the front seat, it gives me no stress. Yeah, that I couldn't be less bothered by that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too. Yeah, I'm fine. But sitting at stoplights, hitting every red light.
Oh.
Good
that
God.
And you know what? This is what's interesting about your own personal hell. Like the whatever it is, the fork knife on the plate doesn't bother me. But for Alex Fletcher, Ben's brother, like if Fletcher's brother was in studio and we had a couple of plates and we're just playing an orchestra,
He'd take the knife and stab you in the eye.
we'd all be dead. We'd all be dead. He'd stab us to death. We also have tickets to Noah Khan. We got a pair of tickets there. Khan! June 18th show. We also have a pair of tickets to Daryl Hall. That show's coming up very quickly. We have a 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego County Fair. So
do we do a little Daryl Hall right now?
You want to do that now?
Right now?
Right?
Daryl Hall right now? Right now?
Like right now? Right meow?
Yeah, we got 4 of these things.
Okay.
We got to start getting rid of them.
Right meow? Are you talking to Jackson Farrell Merrill?
Are we talking meow meow? Yeah, let's do Daryl Hall tickets because Fletch wants us to give them away, so we shall. What time do you want to give them away, Fletch?
6:58.
6:58 it is.
All right.
Call 877-767-4760. You and a friend, you're going to see Daryl Hall June 16th, Cal Coast Credit Union Amphitheater, Ticketmaster.com for deets and seats. Real quick, we have a name on the Oilers girl who showed off everything at an Oilers game.
Under contention, I might add.
Well, no,
That's not.
Well, we were doing some investigating.
Yeah.
We believe it is her. She was on a Barstool Sports podcast. Her name is Kate. She won't give her last name. I guess she works at a Canadian oil field. She said it was just spur of the moment. They won. She felt good, so she showed them off. She did not show them off on the podcast, which, I mean, I believe if that happened, you could confirm.
See, to me,
it was her.
Hair color the same, eyes look the same nose. She has like that, like ever present, like red tip of her nose. Like, this is the same woman, but the crucial identifier would have been, well, let's be honest. I didn't really pay much attention to what her face looked like from the video when she was in the stands at the Oilers game.
You know what? I'm going to wait until we get further evidence.
Well, they did ask her if they were in fact real. She responded, "No, they're not."
I can tell you that. I could
I'm
also
saying,
confirm
it
that.
was confirmed.
Yeah. You know what?
Wait, what was that motion you just made? That's the one.
That's the one. That's the one. Right.
Break. Break.
That's the one right there.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Tell us about how much weight you lost.
Wait a second. What are you doing with your fingers?
Why are you gripping?
Grabbing a pencil and breaking it in half. Break.
Certainly are.
It's weird. But that's like maybe a C cup pencil.
San Diego Sports 760.
Rich, you look
Diamonds are forever.
Ow!
It's like there was so much belly there that's not there anymore.
San Diego Sports 760. It's so good. It's
We're
the
out
one
of time.
cat's ass by name. Meow.
Meow mix.
All right. So listen, if you want to lose weight like this show,
Do you think you should do this whole ad like a Meow Mix commercial? Meow 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 meow
If you
meow
can
meow
do it
meow,
in a
meow.
minute, do it.
Meow meow meow. Fletch gets angry because he said, "I pulled that ad. It was 3.5 minutes."
everybody loves it. Look, here's the deal. San Diego Sports 760 is proud to invite you to a golf tournament. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of 3.5, it's now 4.
SDFatLoss.com has helped the three of us lose a tremendous amount of weight. Fletch is down close to 50 pounds. I'm down over 35. TD's down over 30 pounds lost. And actually, one of our listeners who doesn't want to be named on air, he DM'd me originally to tell me he was starting this. And then he followed up and DM'd me when he lost 20 pounds. Then he followed up and said, my goal was 30 pounds. I've already lost that. This guy is down 40 pounds counting.
Right on.
And he continues to go on. It was I was actually catching up with him last night. It's amazing what this has done for our listeners. It's amazing what it has done for us. So if you want to lose weight too, we've got a way for you to do it the natural way, right? In time for summer, you're gonna be putting on that bathing suit. So lose some lbs. It's very simple. Go to sdfatloss.com. Just mention the show name, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. You'll save $200. That's sdfatloss.com. Talk to our friends Wayne and Chloe. They'll show you the way. sdfatloss.com.
This update is presented by Macy's. Padres take down the A's last night at Petco Park. Final score 6-1. Dylan Cease fantastic on the mound. 6 innings, just 1 earned run. Another one against the A's tonight. Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Pods. Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers take a 2-0 series lead after beating the Oilers 4-1 last night in Florida. NBA, Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers' offer to be their next head coach. Lakers offered him $70 million for 6 years. Hurley will return to UConn. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Summon the Cerberus! Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Entertainment.
Strip clubs mostly.
So, yeah, we've been at Deja Vu or Pacers.
We've been hitting up the buffets.
Occasionally we'll hit up Lips. We don't get. We'll hit them all up.
Science.
So, as God was mashing up the dog, he went, forgot the thumbs. Make the back bendy. Yes, sir.
Even the sanctity of family.
We'll do that as well from 3 to 7 p.m. every single day. Well, we just stay here, honestly. I haven't seen my family in years.
What are their names again?
Yeah, I don't know. My children?
Oh, and a little sports, too.
How'd you get that job?
Multifaceted morning entertainment. It's what we do. Now, here are the guys.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. 2 more hours of just pure genius coming to you via the free iHeartRadio app, also on YouTube or X.com, wherever you're watching or listening to us today. We appreciate you jumping in, even if you're in the car, right? Listen to the radio, a boombox, whichever way you pick up your terrestrial signal. We appreciate it. We are experiencing what's called technical difficulties on the phone line on Ticketpalozza. This week, like we said, is all about you. We want to give away tickets. We had a quick issue with the phone lines. It looks like it's going to be cleared up in about 5 minutes.
Fixed now.
Okay. Good.
It's already fixed.
Oh, good. So how about this? We'll give a new time to make it fair for our app listeners. Fletch, let's do 7:10. If you call in at 7:10, you're going to win a pair of tickets to see Daryl Hall. So if you were one of the callers we saw the phone lines light up, we just couldn't answer them. So as long as it's fixed.
What did you do? Reset the phone?
Yeah, just reset it.
Cool.
Daryl Hall, pair of tickets, June 16th, Cow Coast Credit Union Amphitheater, Ticketmaster.com if you want to grab tickets. But we're going to have a winner for a pair of tickets at 7:10. All right, so we talked a little bit about the game last night. The Padres, the lights go out, right? They got a win over the A's. We talked a little bit about hockey, right? Well, mainly about the Oilers girl. By the way, the Panthers lead that series over the Oilers 2-0, and it hasn't been close. Like the Panthers rocked them in game 1, and they beat them up in game 2. It was a 4-1 victory for the Panthers. So it looks like it's going to be Florida the whole way. We talked a little NFL, but we were focusing on quarterbacks. Let's talk about coaches. Tomlin, Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, extended all the way through 2027. Thoughts on the contract extension?
I think it's good for the Steelers. I'm shocked. I thought they'd let him sit on this seat a little bit as it gets hotter and hotter throughout the season. Man, make the carrot dangle out there. Why sign him right now?
I think that would be a huge mistake. If you don't sign him, then you have what's going on in Dallas. When you have uncertainty within an organization, do you know what happens with the players? They're uncertain too. So CeeDee Lamb's not showing up. Dak Prescott stomping his feet about a contract. Mike McCarthy's a lame duck. This is the reason why the Dallas Cowboys are having these issues. The Steelers, if there's one thing that they get right, and I mean really, really right, is continuity and culture. And Mike Tomlin is the longest tenured coach in the NFL. I completely support this decision.
And he is like one of the most beloved coaches from player standpoint. Like they do those polls every year, the anonymous polls in the Athletic or at Sports Illustrated or wherever they do them. And it's asking players who would be the one coach they would play for if they weren't on their current team. And every single year it's a clean sweep for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin, incredible coach. I only met him once during my playing days. I was on a workout in Pittsburgh. This was it was right before the 2015 season. And you know what's amazing about people, like, he's just good with rapport. Like, so Tomlin, like, he walked up to me and we had a brief, maybe 3 to 5 minute conversation. And it was one of those conversations I'm like, I feel like I know that guy. Like, there was automatic comfort, familiarity. it felt like he cared about what I was saying. It is the experience a lot of people have when they meet a politician for the first time. Like a lot of people said this about Clinton, about Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
He knew how to work a room. He would walk in a room. He was the most engaging person you ever met because he had that ability to make every conversation feel important. Mike Tomlin does a really good job connecting with players.
I love Mike Tomlin. Love him. I love him as the Steelers head coach. I don't want to see him anywhere else, to be quite honest. However, man, I felt like there would be some motivation there to do something more than just have a winning season.
Well, I don't know if there's much more you could do to motivate a guy like Mike Tomlin. I mean, yeah, to your point, I guess you could dangle a carrot with contract incentives. I guess you could say, hey, Mike, you signed this contract. Here's your base pay. If you win a Super Bowl for us, here's an escalator. If you win a playoff game, here's an escalator. But I mean, you either trust him or you don't. You've known him for 17 years as your head coach. He was on the staff before he signed as your head coach. So I don't really see why you're feeling that way. Like, what more do you personally need to see from Mike Tomlin?
Winning some playoff games.
Yeah.
Winning some playoff games. I mean, you've had winning season after winning season, but it's been by a game. And I'm telling you, I love Mike Tomlin. I'm just saying, if you're a Steeler fan or the Steelers organization, how many seasons do you want to string together of going 10-7?
Did you guys see
9-8?
I mean, I think there's a lot of teams that would kill for that.
Where every season you end at that?
No, but I'm
See
thinking
the
like
Padres for details.
right.
well, here's the deal. Like, a winning record promises you nothing in this league. I mean, because let's be honest. I mean, the Padres, even if you're just, I mean, a couple of heartbeats over 500 in Major League Baseball, where almost half the teams go to the postseason, you could have kind of a crummy overall record and still sneak into the postseason like they did 2 years ago in 2022, where they made the run to the NLCS.
Yeah.
In basketball, they have a play-in tournament. 20 teams get a chance at the bite at the apple. In fact, it was a play-in team last year who took it to the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat went from play-in all the way to the finals.
All the way to the finals. So it can happen. I mean, shoot, last year, the Western Conference Finals, the Lakers were a playing team. They made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. But in the NFL, to your point, having just a winning record doesn't give you much. But here's my problem with the thought process. Like, I was hoping they'd dangle a carrot longer. I was hoping, I know Steelers fans are getting frustrated. What do you want if not Mike Tomlin? Like, who's going to be better?
No one.
Who do you hire?
Right.
If not Tomlin?
Belichick. At some point today, Madden cover will be released. I don't know if you guys really care about this. In certain circles, though, this is a big deal for people because there's the Madden curse that people believe in, and there's the cover athlete. It's the new video game. Everyone's getting ready to pay $75 for it. They put out a teaser yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's a voice, and the voice of this person is the next Madden cover, but we don't know who it is. So listen really closely and see if you can determine whose voice this is.
Ooh.
So that is the voice of the next Madden cover. I have a couple guesses.
Okay, what are your guesses?
It has that kind of low, uninterested Aaron Rodgers feel to it, but I don't know if they would take somebody who didn't play last year and put him in this year. Now, a voice you might not know as well, but a voice that had an incredible year last year was the Offensive Player of the Year, is Christian McCaffrey, who also has a little bit lower register. I can see it being Christian McCaffrey on the cover.
Could be C-Mac. Before I heard this, my thought was it was going to be C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
That's where I was headed.
Wait,
but that wasn't C.J. Stroud.
Wow.
It's not Travis Kelce, is it?
That would make a lot of
It
sense.
could be Travis Kelce. In fact, I bet you it is.
Hmm.
I bet you that's Travis Kelce.
And what if there's a special edition, like you get extra online points or whatever?
Taylor Swift can play.
Can you
Taylor
imagine-
Swift, Travis
She's at the
Kelce cover.
game.
Can you imagine if that's Taylor Swift?
There's no way.
Well, them kissing on the cover as the
Wait,
confetti's
there's
raining down.
No way they do that.
She just dropped her singing voice an octave, and that's like she actually can. It's Taylor Swift, guys. Taylor Swift's
Travis
gonna-
Kelce makes a lot of sense, actually. Listen again and picture Travis Kelce saying it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
know what,
I don't know.
I heard it again, and now I'm not feeling Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who else it would be.
It could be C-Mac.
Who had the biggest offensive years last year? Because that's generally who they'll put on, unless somebody had like a ridiculous record-setting defensive season.
What's Vegas saying? Justin Jefferson?
I don't know.
That's not Justin Jefferson.
No, I don't think it is. Gosh, C-Mac makes sense. That does make sense. And also, maybe Brock Purdy.
I doubt it.
Could it be Brock Purdy?
Could be. It could be Brock Purdy.
No, he's doing John Deere stuff.
Dude,
What? What does he have? An exclusive deal? He can't go outside.
I don't
of that?
want it to be a 49er. I believe in the Madden curse. Antonio Brown was a normal person until he was on the cover of Madden.
Yeah.
Is it Joe Burrow?
Could be.
Oh, maybe Joe Burrow. It does
But he
sound a
didn't-
little Joe Burrow.
He didn't play a whole lot last year.
though.
That's also true. It would be Justin Herbert.
They weren't good enough.
No, but they do have Jim Harbaugh.
So a lot of times it's a quarterback, unless somebody has a spectacular season. Like you remember Sean Alexander for the
Yeah.
Seahawks had that ridiculous running back season, and he was on the cover at one
Wasn't
point.
Peyton Hillis on the cover of Madden
I
one year?
believe so.
I think he might have been. He was the running back for the Browns who had one amazing year in the NFL, and then he kind of tailed off. But yeah, I'm curious now. What a great
Right?
Yeah, no
exercise
kidding.
of advertising. It's fun to leave a little Easter egg and then have everybody hunting.
And it's the video is like over the cameraman's shoulder, but you can't see what the cameraman is shooting, but they're clearly shooting the cover.
Do you guys remember the name Randy Gregory?
Yeah,
Okay,
defensive.
Hold on. There's no way it's Jared Goff.
Oh wow, yeah, could be Jared Goff.
That's fans are saying it could be Goff.
Dude, okay, so deep voice, amazing season. In fact, the past 2 seasons in Detroit have been really fantastic for Goff. That would make a lot of sense. And that would be a cool cover, especially if you've seen some of the new jerseys the Lions are wearing. That's little Honolulu blue on the front of the
like the last few years has been like Brady Championship Edition, Brady Goat Edition, Brady and Mahomes on the same cover. Like it'd be
Jared
weird
Goff.
to go from that to Jared Goff.
All right, go get him, Goffer.
Yeah, go. Sorry, I digress.
No, it's okay. So Randy Gregory is suing the NFL and the Broncos, claiming discrimination over being fined over $500,000 for taking medication containing THC for disabilities during his brief time in Denver. So he failed these drug tests and he's trying to get some sort of money back out of the NFL. What's interesting about this is as rules loosen federally, I should say nationally, from state to state with THC and decriminalizing marijuana and all those things, I get it. But at the same time, there's a piece of me. It's like, well, you knew the rules at the time. And there are such things called exemptions for certain drugs. And there's a process and it's well documented. Like you can, like, for example, somebody who has ADHD, right? You know, you took your test from a neuropsychologist and they said, you have attention hyperactivity disorder. Okay, so what do we do? Well, you got to go to the league. You got to fill out this paperwork. They're going to give you an exemption so you could take the medication to help you concentrate in the meeting room and during games. Okay, well, great. Yeah. Because if you don't take that medication, football could be unsafe because if you lose your attention span for a split second, maybe somebody takes your knee out. So yeah, they have a protocol where if you need medications that are considered performance enhancing or legal in the NFL, you can get a drug exemption. Randy Gregory didn't go through those steps. So what's crazy about this, it's like, yeah, I know you were fined $500,000, buddy, and that seems steep, but you're not getting any of that money back.
Yeah, this is stupid. This is dumb. That's what the rule was, and that's what you had to fall under. This is you're fighting a speeding ticket. I was going 65 and a 55. It's 70 miles per hour now. Well, no, not when you were driving through it, buddy. It was 55.
I did see the argument made yesterday that this is kind of like guys who are now fighting back, trying to get back pay from NIL that did not exist when they were in college, but exists now. And that's actually working in different parts. But the difference is, like, you were smoking weed when you weren't allowed to be smoking weed.
Or taking medication.
These people were legitimately being taken
air quotes.
These people in college football were literally being taken advantage of for years while other people made money. Like, it wasn't just smoking weed while you weren't supposed to smoke weed.
But Fletch, hang on. He said, and I believe him, he was taking this medication for social anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorders.
And there's lots of benefits to marijuana, and it was a dumb rule at the time, and I firmly believe that. Like, I believe the net positive of weed, like, football players probably should be smoking weed. Like, Richie, I would give you a free pass if you wanted to light up in studio right now.
Well, I mean, it's not my thing, but there were a lot of guys who, trust me, you wouldn't want it either because I'd be on Mars right now.
Well, I know Calvin Johnson talked about smoking weed before every game.
Oh, dude, trust me, there were guys who would literally go to their car in the parking lot at the facility and would show up for every practice with red eyes. It was no secret what they were up to. As long as they passed their test, nobody seemed to care. Look, the deal is this. Randy Gregory, he knew what the rules were. And to be honest, he probably will win a settlement. I don't know if it's going to be anywhere near what he's looking for in damages, which I don't think the report is out of exactly how much money he's suing for. But he will probably be awarded some money because the NFL doesn't want to go to court with players. It's bad PR.
Right.
So they'll pay him a little money. He'll sign an NDA, and then everybody's going to move on with their lives. But it's, this storyline followed him. This happened in Dallas when he was with the Cowboys. It
started in Denver, right? And then he got picked up by Dallas on a discount because he was a stud.
Yeah.
And then he was actually with the 49ers last season for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how much potential was there and how much of it was squandered because he spent a lot of time off the field because he was he was with the Cowboys first. He was draft picked by the Cowboys. But yeah, he squandered it because he got into trouble. And so that's the reality of the NFL. There's rules in place and you can't break them. Otherwise, you're going to spend time off the field. Speaking of which, Rashee Rice, the star receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl winning Chiefs last year, had a busy offseason breaking a ton of rules. Now he said it's time for maturity and growth.
Running from the law.
Yeah.
He's just a good old boy. What else are you going to say? What else are you going to say? And okay, go do it.
He was at a kids camp actually with a few different Chiefs wide receivers, and they were like doing a thing for the kids. It was like Deebo Samuel does the one up here or down here every year, but they were doing a camp to like try to promote football amongst young, like 7 to 15-year-olds. And he was cornered by reporters. And this is the first time he's spoken publicly since all this happened. He just said, yeah, mature and grow. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's what they told him.
I hope he does.
Yeah,
because
I
have
hope
a
so
dynasty
too.
team that relies on him.
Well, it makes football better.
Yeah.
It's cooler. So I hope he does.
By the way, you guys want to buy Tom Brady's old pants?
We already bought ass sand.
We did. We certainly. Well, actually, we did it.
TD did.
TD gave me a birthday present of Tom Brady ass sand.
Genuine ass sand.
From when he sat down in South Beach, Florida, and announced his retirement via Instagram Live, which, by the way, wasn't his actual retirement. He then played a full season and then later retired. Anyways, the point is, he's selling game-worn pants.
Was the official retirement.
I think it was the official retirement.
That was the second
ass
retirement.
sand one.
Was that the second?
Yeah, because the first one was that big deal, remember?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Every show was talking about it all day long for like a week. ESPN had all those canned videos.
So many retirements.
And then the second retirement, it was like, Tom Brady actually retired.
It was a selfie video just saying, look, I'm done, son.
I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm just gonna sit down for a second on this beach. 90,000
for pants.
90 grand for pants.
The pants worn in his final NFL game.
Okay, so here's
$89,100.
Why would I want those?
This culture.
So you can smell them.
Well, that's the thing now.
Odd.
I'm telling you, some weirdo is out there going, you know what? Listen, I got 90K and I still have a working nose. Who knows for how long? I need these pants in my life.
There's DNA in those pants.
Oh, God.
I can recreate Brady.
Well, didn't Livy Dunn sell like 500 of her used leotards?
Yeah,
but
within like 10 minutes,
$50 or something.
But
it
dude,
was
that totally makes sense. What a collector's item.
there is some dude in New England or in Boston who is bought those pants and is sitting in his mom's basement right now, crying with the pants
over his head.
She's like, honey, did you park the car back in the yard? Leave me alone, Ma. I'm with my Brady pants. I told you to knock. Stop smelling the crotch.
Should he drop $90,000 on?
Can you imagine? Yeah, he was like, you spent the down payment for your house on the Brady pants. Leave me alone, Ma.
It's an investment.
Well, listen, we blew through the morning monologue.
Right.
We do not have time for the morning monologue on this side. We'll do it coming up next. Also, Ticketpalooza continues.
Woo!
We gave away those Daryl Hall tickets. Who was our winner?
One of our Scotts, not Budweiser Scott,
Okay.
a different Scott.
Great, Scott.
We have 3 of them that win tickets pretty routinely.
Scotty, I need you to teleport me to the next segment. We'll do our morning monologues on the other side. Also coming up on the show, your chance to win San Diego County Fair tickets. We have a 4-pack. Also, if you hit us up on the talkback, Mike, you could go ahead, leave us a message, and you're in the running for a $50 gift card to OG's. We just need to hear what your personal hell is. We gave ours earlier in the show. People are flooding the talkback, Mike, with their submissions. And if you win the $50 gift card today, you will qualify for a foursome at Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament. Also, a pair of tickets to Noah Khan. All that coming up next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
This update is presented by Summit Racing Equipment. We will begin here with the Padres, who beat the A's last night at Petco Park. Final score 6-1. Dylan Cease fantastic on the mound. 6 innings, just 1 earned run. Another one against the A's tonight. Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Pods. Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers take a 2-0 series lead after beating the Oilers 4-1 last night in Florida. And in the NBA, Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers' offer to be their next head coach. Lakers offered him $70 million for 6 years. Hurley is going to return to UConn. Grab great gearhead gifts your dad will love, like tools, parts, collectibles, or give the perfect card a Summit Racing gift card. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions do apply. Offer in 6/23/24.
Seacrest out. I don't blame him on this one. It's either fantastic or it's awful. One of the two. The thing that sucks about self-checkout is, one, I didn't know that I was an employee there, that I was working there, that I was doing the checkout. Two, when you have large items, I'm just picking up like a big old thing of water and scanning this thing across. Sucks.
I think it's really nice unless you have produce and you have to start looking things up.
Are you starting to know the numbers, though, of produce?
No, I don't do it enough. I prefer the personal interaction with a checkout person,
Right.
a clerk.
Right. No, I get it. Oh, I'm always in line with the clerk, though, and the person in front of me pulls out a checkbook. What are we doing right now?
I haven't seen that in so many years. If I saw it now, it would almost feel like somebody showing up to a Vons in horse and buggy.
Yeah, that's honestly what it feels like.
Be like, turns out Jebediah has to help me replace a wagon wheel, so we'll be stuck here for a fortnight.
Talk about a buzzkill, slowing the party down. We pull out your checkbook.
We called A instead of AAA. A for Amish.
The worst. Have you ever been in a checkout line where like a older person tries to pull out their phone and use Apple Pay, and then the clerk has to reach over and help them use it?
Yeah,
and it's just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Richie, you missed that one, but self-checkout lines is this guy's personal hell. That was Mark. We got a million of these, so we gotta start busting through them. But here's another one.
And while that's happening, there's no chair outside the dressing room. So you're just there leaning on one of those round racks.
The worst part is, so I'm sure, and what was his name?
Adrian.
Okay, Adrian, dude, 100%.
Yeah.
This is another one of those personal hells for me as well. Then you get yelled at for how you decide to entertain the 2 children that had to come with you on this shopping adventure. And oh, by the way, you're not allowed to leave. So you're getting yelled at by her because you're being too loud while you're waiting for her to come out of the dressing room. And then you're not allowed to leave because she needs somebody to bounce their opinions off of.
Yeah.
And all she wants to hear from you is, yeah, you look great. Yeah, you look great.
No.
And it's on repeat. And then when you say, yeah, but that's what you said about the last one, you say, yeah, but if I say anything other than you look great, then you get mad at me for critiquing the dress or the way your body looks in the dress because you happen to like the way your body looked at. So there's no right answer.
But then she'll say, you're no help. And then when you do pick the dress, she'll be like, I like this one. Then she'll come out of the dressing room with nothing. And you'll go, wait, what about that last one? I don't have shoes for that.
Not a complaint at all. But why do they want us to go to these things with them?
It's
like we would be happier at home. They would be happier if we weren't there. Why do we have to go to the store with them?
Do you want the secret of how you fix this? You have a 22-year-old daughter.
Wow. See, wow. You know, so I'm rethinking
I've even
things.
offered. I'm like, why don't you take your friend and I'll even buy you guys a bottle of champagne at a brunch that you go to or something.
I for years have said there's no win in having a daughter. Like it's just like you do a great job. Everybody's gonna, everybody's going to crown mom for really doing a great job raising
Right,
this daughter.
right.
You do a bad job. Well, we know what happens when you do a bad job.
It's the quarterback wins and losses record.
Well,
They
no.
don't do everything for it, but they get all the credit if they win. They get all the blame if they lose.
Well, no.
Well, they get no blame.
No. They get
Blame shifts.
Oh, the blame shifts. If it goes poorly, what do you say? Daddy issues. You
Right.
don't say mommy issues.
Correct.
Yeah, buddy. So no win situation until TD just jumped off the top rope and blew my mind apart. You are 100% right. You raise a daughter so she could go dress shopping.
It's the shopping buddy.
Your wife. Oh my
It's the
God.
shopping buddy.
You just
Yeah.
okay. So
There you go.
Or
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
oh, dude, you created it. You created. Oh, you open a portal.
Like,
I
how
feel
many
like
trips?
I can't go back now.
But Richie, how many trips have you done to TJ Maxx where you're just walking through the aisle and you see the line? And by the way, the line at TJ Maxx can get all the way to the back of the store. You see it when you walk in and you're like, do we should really want to go here? Like, look at that line. We're going to have to stand in that.
And then this is the excuse every time, and I'm sure you've heard this from Kendall. No, they have like 6 people working the registers. It goes really fast.
It doesn't. It
It's
does
done.
not go fast.
It's like
There's no.
It's
And
like
by
you're
the way,
at the DMV, by the way, because it's always station 2, station 2.
cash register 2
Yeah.
is ready.
That's a solid personal help.
Well, and by
I
the
might
way,
adjust mine
Yeah,
to
right.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
the other thing is when you're online at TJ Maxx and you're winding through the corridors that they have set up, it's like playing the game of Snake. They have all of those little items that are there. And so while you're trying to entertain yourself on your phone, on Twitter, maybe you're searching like what's going on in the stands at the Oilers game, whatever it may be that you're searching on Twitter, you get yelled at for being on your phone because she wants to tell you about the loofah she just found in line waiting for the register. It is insane. So anyways,
How about
Adrian,
this
we're
one?
with you.
Yeah, how about this one? When you're at TJ Maxx or Home Goods or whatever, and you're waiting, and you're next in line, and then you get I forgot to grab a candle.
Dude.
And then now you're out of line. You're back. You got to go back.
Dude, that happens. Oh my God, this just came up. Oh God, it's all simmering to the surface now. It's like a purging.
Sick Therapy Thursday.
Okay, dude, it really is. It's a therapy Tuesday. So do you get this in your household? Okay, so we have a house where you could barely hear people's voices. Like if you're 2 rooms over, good luck. You got to shout like you're mad.
Right.
Well, so anyways, Anne, at normal speaking volume, wherever she's in the house, she'll just go, Rich, Rich, hey, Rich. And so I'll be like, I'm not kidding. Like I'll be in the dining room where we have like a closet that has a stacked, laundry, like a washer dryer, and the dryer will be running. So
Right.
I can't really hear in there anyways. And then she'll walk into the kitchen. She'll be like, Rich, I need your help, Rich. So I still haven't heard her. And then she walks into the dining room area. She goes, I've been calling your name. Like, so now you're going to shout when you're in here? You're going to shout now at me in the same room? You should have been shouting in the bedroom. Then maybe I would have had a chance.
You like when let's say everyone's in the living room, right? She's watching you take the garbage bag out of the garbage can.
Okay.
You leave, you go and you put it in the trash can. And then, oh, wait, you know what? I noticed the dog took a dump. I'm going to go clean this up. Whatever you do outside, when you walk back in, you get, where have you been? You watched me walk out.
But if you wait till she asks you to take the trash, why do I have to ask you to do everything?
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay. It was.
Oh, we're really letting it out right now, guys.
Hang on. Trash can. It was trash can day Monday in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Right? Monday is the trash can day. She goes, hey, we have a little like tiny, it's like one of those little tiny garbage cans for just dog turds because the dog goes out in the front yard, does her business.
Right.
Okay. So I use the pooper scooper, you fill up. Once that bag gets full inside, there's only one person in the building who's brave enough to open up that can and pull the bag out.
That's you.
And it only happens on garbage day. So trash man's about to come the next day. It's Sunday night. And she goes, all right, we need 2 things from Trader Joe's. She was like, and also the poop needs to be picked up. And you should probably put that bag in the can. I'm like, yep, I'll take care of it all. I go out to the
designated turd can.
I go out to the front yard. We got a trampoline on the front yard. So anytime the front door opens and I walk out front, Sebastian, our youngest, wants to run on the trampoline.
Sweet.
So he's bouncing around. I'm laughing while I'm picking up poop, but I'm picking up the poop, right, with the pooper scooper. She comes storming out of the house and she goes, what is taking so long? I'm like, what? And she goes, The dog is harassing me for her dinner. We need dog food, and you still haven't left. I'm like, okay, so tell the dog to go lay down while I'm picking up her excrement off the front yard, and I'll go get her the filet mignon. Could you relax? I kid you not. The fence has never been slammed harder because I used the word relax. It's a 5-letter It's a 5-letter word that is banned in our house.
When Aaron Rodgers says it to Packers fans, they're not happy. When husbands say it to their wives, they're not happy.
That's true.
Handyman Matt has his personal hell. We'll hit this. Then TD needs to tell us how skinny he is.
Okay.
Hey, TD, I got an issue with my car. It keeps going. Can you fix it?
It's worse than that. So what he's saying, like from the auto standpoint, is like somebody does like, I don't know, a cursory search on Google, and they're like,
by the way, this is the same as anything you look up that's wrong with your body. It's worst case scenario is what you get back every time. So
Matt, I got the carburetor sensors probably failing me. The lights on, and so what that signifies is, I'm sure he got
carburetor sounds like a pasta dish.
Well,
actually, carburetor with a nice little marinara.
Ooh,
oh, bring it!
Golly.
Pretty good.
Like some chicken and bacon carburetor.
Tell you what, we were eating way too much carburetor.
Yeah,
for a long time. In fact, some people called us the carbonators because we just destroy carbs.
We would. In fact, my initials are TRD, and I felt like you guys used to call me the designated turd can because of how much garbage I would put in my body. What?
It might be a lap.
Why would that be a lap? I'm talking about how much weight I lost at STFatLoss.com.
That's right.
Okay. So I used to put all kinds of garbage in my body. Wayne and Chloe over at STFatLoss.com, they said, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. We'll show you the right way to do it. You're going to lose 20 to 30 pounds in 8 weeks' time. And we all said, liars, you're liars. They weren't. 8 weeks, I lost 31 pounds. Rich, 35 plus. Fletch is pushing 50 pounds lost here, but here's the beauty. It's not one of the fad diets where you stop the fad diet. Maybe you stop whatever the appetite suppressant medication fad that you're doing. And as soon as you stop, you gain the weight back because it was just an appetite suppressant. It's not like that with STFatLoss.com. It's the healthy way, the right way to lose weight, and then keep that weight off. That's what you do. So go there right now, STFatLoss.com. It's a free consultation. So I said free, our second favorite F word. Cost you nothing to talk to them. Once you sign up there or once you talk to them and you go, yeah, this is for me, you mentioned Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, you'll save $200. It's that easy. You're going to look good for summer. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. Aches and pains go away. And you're doing something for your family because you're tacking on a couple more years to your life. Go there right now. Don't hesitate. STFatLoss.com. More personal health stories on the other side. So you can win that $50 gift card to OG's and get in the running to win a foursome to our golf tournament. Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament coming up June 21st. Coming up next.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. It's turning into a therapy Tuesday.
No kidding.
So check this out. The reason why that talkback was sent to us, and you could use the talkback mic to leave us a message. And if you do, you'll be in the running for the $50 gift card today, which will put you in the running. If you win that for the golf tournament coming up on the 21st, you'll golf with us. Here's the reason why that's going so poorly is because you've never launched the counter threat. Well, if you tell me how to do the chores, then I ain't going to do the chores. So either you allow me to do it my way or we don't get the chores done at all. So then the yelling has to stop because you're giving an ultimatum. It's like, I mean, like that's where it came to. I don't complain about the way Annie loads the dishwasher, even though it is the most confusing array of dishes there's pots and pans on top. There's like things that will melt on the bottom rack.
Do you go back and fix it, or you just run it?
I let God. I get like God.
Wow.
Jesus is taking the wheel with our Bosch.
Wow.
I mean, like it's up to her and her maker what happens to the plastic bowl that is dangerously close to the heating element when it goes through the dry cycle.
I'll tell you what. If I don't know if I'm ever told that I'm not doing it correctly. Maybe it is. But if I were to engage in, why don't you show me how to do it? It's lighting the powder keg, man. You might as well stay away from that.
Kendall has a song for me.
What's the song?
Don't put it down, put it away. And she chants it like when I leave stuff out, like the toothpaste.
Wow. So, long ago. I mean,
but I'm doing great, guys.
20 years ago. 20.
So good.
I was working at a radio station. I was making fun of my honey-do list, and the girl up front, the receptionist, was like, "Wait, you have a list of things you have to do?" And I said, "Yeah, it's never ending as well. Like I will never finish the list." No. So as I'm marking things off the list, I promise you, there's another list being made. So it's just a continuous list. And she's like, "Oh wow!" And she had just moved in with her boyfriend. Oh. At lunch, she went and got a dry erase board. Filled out a honey-do list on the dry erase board. The number one thing on the list was hang dry erase board. I ruined that guy's life.
You actually ruined a life. It's crazy when you can see that you've lit a fuse. Like, and sometimes it's a slow burning fuse, but sometimes it's fast acting. Like that was a fuse that literally had a 6-hour timer. She was going to get home from work.
That's correct.
And the bomb inside their apartment was going to go off that would leave wreckage for the rest of their lives.
He was very young, so he might have been, what is this? Okay. All right. Yeah, no problem. That was the start.
So if your personal hell
honey-do list
does not involve marital bliss, you can leave us that as well. Just personal hell, period. Doesn't have to be within the household, but it's on the Talkback mic on the free iHeartRadio app. Leave it there. You get a chance to win a $50 gift card to OG's and get qualified to win a foursome out at the One More Win Jesse Lozano Golf Tournament.
June 21st.
Next week. What are you pointing at me for?
No, what was the song again? Don't put it down, put it away.
It doesn't even rhyme. It's a bad song.
Yeah, that would that would get very irritating.
Well, I think she sings it to her
chant.
I think she sings it to her first graders, and then when she gets home, she sings it.
Put it away.
Don't put it down, put it away.
If you're thinking about leaving it on the counter, rethink that thought. Then you put it back in the cabinet, put it away. I'll tell you what. We all are living the same lives. It's just with different names. It's
different generations. Like I'm slowly behind you guys on this.
It's a Fletcher and a Kendall. It's a Rich and an Annie. It's a Travis Dell and it's a Sarah. And it could be an Adrian and a Stacy. We don't know Adrian's wife's name. It could be. Look, the point is, it doesn't necessarily have to be about your wife or your spouse. It could be about anything. What's your personal hell? Send us a message on the Talkback mic. Also, we have Noah Khan tickets. We have that 4-pack of tickets to send you to the San Diego County Fair. All that coming up. We'll get back to the Padres on the other side as well. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
And right now, Richie, we're talking about Prize Picks.
Yeah, you're darn
and
right.
promo code DOGS. If you use promo code DOGS, DOGS, you're going to get a first deposit match up to $100 when you sign up. All you're doing is picking more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can watch the winnings roll in. A shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Download the Prize Picks app today. Start playing tonight with the Padres game. Start playing tomorrow with the NBA Finals Game 3. Like, Prize Picks just makes watching sports that much more fun because you're invested in it. It gives you a little skin in the game.
Yeah, I was testing my skills with the Padres last night. I had an almost on my lineup. I was doing strikeouts between the starting pitcher for the A's and Dylan Cease. And it's fun, right? Because all of a sudden I'm enthralled. You know, you have 2 starting pitchers. They're getting close on their strikeouts. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh boy, here we go. If Dylan Cease has one more strikeout, it's going to end up on the more than.
Leave him in the game, Schultz. Leave him in the game.
It's one of those fun things. It makes every moment matter a little bit more. And I've been testing my skills on Prize Picks all basketball season long, including the postseason. It's a simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, more or less their projected stats, submit your lineup, and see the winnings roll in.
And today is Taco Tuesday, meaning there is discounts on the board for tonight's action in whatever sport you're watching. So Taco Tuesday means that around 9:15 this morning, the first discount will hit the board. And then about every hour to 2 hours after that, there's more discounts being added. So you can really take advantage of it. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. When you sign up, use promo code DOGS, DOGS. It is hour number 3 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Superstar Car Wash. We will begin with the Padres. They beat the A's last night 6-1. Dylan Cease, fantastic on the mound. Fernando Tatis Jr. hits a home run, his 13th of the year. Another one against the A's tonight. Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Pods. Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers take a 2-0 series lead. They win last night in Florida. NBA, Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers head coaching job. He will return to UConn. Lakers offered him $70 million for 6 years. Save big this summer at Superstar Car Wash with unlimited car washes starting as low as $10 for your first month. Enjoy free vacuums, microfiber towels, much more. Don't wait. Visit a Superstar Car Wash location near you. Life gets messy. We're here to help.
Summon the Cerberus!
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Entertainment.
Strip clubs mostly.
So yeah, we've been at Deja Vu or Pacers.
We've been hitting up the buffets.
Occasionally we'll hit up Lips. We don't get. We'll hit them all up.
Science.
So, as God was matching up the dog, he went, forgot the thumbs. Make the back bendy.
Yes, sir.
Even the sanctity of family.
We'll do that as well from 3 to 7 p.m. every single day. Well, we just stay here, honestly. I haven't seen my family in years.
What are their names again?
Yeah, I don't know. My children?
Oh, and a little sports, too.
How'd you get that job?
Multifaceted morning entertainment. It's what we do. Now, here are the guys.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you on a Tuesday, and happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. We are celebrating Ticketpalozza. So we've already given away Daryl Hall tickets. We still have the 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego County Fair. We still have a pair of tickets to see Noah Khan. And we also will select a winner from the Talkback mic. Whatever your personal hell is, we want to hear about it. So hit us up on the Talkback mic. You'll win a $50 OG's gift card if you're selected from the now myriad of listeners who have responded with their personal hell.
So we have 3 giveaways. That means we're doing at least one a segment.
That's correct.
Okay.
That is
All right.
100% correct. In fact, I'll tease this. San Diego County Fair 4-pack. That's coming up sometime within this segment.
Okay.
So be listening for the time to call for the San Diego County Fair 4-pack of tickets. Okay, do we have any new talkbacks on the Talkback mic?
No, we're all caught up.
Okay, cool.
You got an hour left to submit them. We'll take everything up till like 8:47.
Yeah.
Will be included in today's. Well, that's when we start the last
Standard
segment.
cutoff.
Yeah, I need them in before that. Otherwise, you're not included.
Yeah. And you can't use our name, image, and likeness until the end of this ad campaign.
But
Okay,
that's your personal hell story. So, like Rich's personal hell. What was yours?
my
Standing
personal-
in line.
Standing in line or being asked to carry my wife's purse. It's so heavy. I didn't bring it. My hands free.
There's a lot of wife stories with these personal hells.
I imagine if
We're currently living it. Hopefully, the afterlife isn't just more of what we're doing.
We have stuff to do all the time. you gotta paint, you gotta build something, put together this
And I would say,
bookcase.
if like we're complaining about the person we love most in this world, we live a pretty good life.
Dude,
you want to go ahead.
no, I was gonna say what's hellacious is say a bookcase is purchased.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put together the bookcase
Yeah.
per the request of your wife.
Yeah.
You get it together and she goes, I don't like it. We're gonna take it back.
buddy.
Gotta disassemble.
I've been there before. And then the worst part of that is before you get to disassemble it, you know what you get to do? Well, maybe it probably just doesn't look good in that room. Could we move it in the upstairs bedroom?
Right,
and you're
right.
like, the what? We're doing that bookcase weighs 100 pounds. It's a bookcase. Yeah, but like I mean, it's a carpeted staircase. Like, can't you just drag it up there? Well, yeah, if we want to ruin it. Okay, hang on. Let me call a friend. Well, no, never mind then. Never mind.
Yeah.
So TD's other personal hell was being a Denver Broncos fan. We talked about that this morning. The
Or
Broncos,
going to parades.
a report yesterday came out that the Broncos were thinking about like actually having Zach Wilson be the starter day 1 this year.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in competition. It's an open competition. Well, my personal hell is now coming to fruition a little bit. Mike Silver was on radio this morning up in the Bay Area. Mike Silver, veteran NFL receiver or veteran NFL reporter, doesn't usually get things wrong, and he said that Brandon Ayuk turned down a $26 million per year offer for the 49ers, would have made him the 8th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Brandon Ayuk turned that down.
Maybe he wants to be head coach of the Lakers. It's better pay, less work.
$26 million per year.
Yeah,
but it would have
that's-
been good for 8th in the league. Like, I kind of see where Brandon Ayuk is at. You just hope that that's not the 49ers ceiling in terms of how much they're willing to pay him.
It's a lot of dough.
That's a lot
It's
of
a lot of dough to turn down.
There's a lot of bread, a lot of paper.
And I feel like the Niners get in this situation where Kyle Shanahan, he has an ego on him, and he'll say something like, well, you're only this good of a wide receiver because I'm the one calling plays, getting you wide open downfield. We're not going to ruin our salary cap because you want more money. You don't mean that much. We could fill in with someone else.
Yeah.
You think you would have that conversation?
I think that might be what Kyle's telling the people who are having the money conversations.
Right. Behind the scenes. Can you imagine face to face? I can't see that happening.
No. Listen, I will say this. When you're in a contract dispute and you're currently under contract with a team, the worst part of it, I would say, is the fact that people who you trust inside the building can be used to create leverage against you. Like they'll start, they'll butter you up and be like, hey, Brandon, like, man, I'll tell you, like, I get it. I understand, but we got something special going on here. Like, that's a good room.
We were right next to the Super Bowl, man. We can get that Super Bowl if you just hang on.
Well, you say, like, look, you'll get your bag. Like, don't worry. I mean, they're talking about sweeten the deal with some incentives. I don't know. I don't want to talk contract. I don't want to talk contract. But like, you got to do what's best for you. But I'm just saying, like, you know what? We're having these meetings, and they're having conversations about this team without you being involved in this team. Like, that's where it really breaks my heart. So all of a sudden they're tugging at your heartstrings because you're a football player first. And that's
you're a teammate and you're a brother.
And so it's like they start using little leverage devices against you personally. And then that's when people go, well, he's not with the team, he's holding out. I can tell you why, because it's really hard to do business when a team is desperate to get a deal done and they don't want to pay you what you're potentially worth. And all of a sudden they're using people who are quote unquote your buddies around the building. Yeah. And by the way, and that doesn't disclude your teammates. You don't think, like, if you have a quarterback or veteran wide receiver or somebody on the team who can pull you under their arm and be like, hey buddy, like, we got a Super Bowl to win. Like, I know. Like, but
so the question is Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, what's the Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams. Those are all guys who were making more than $28 million a year.
Yeah.
Do you put Brandon Ayuk in the same conversation as those guys?
I got $26 million. Seems like that's a good deal for him. I mean, for him, in my gut feeling, he would get $28 million or more if he was a free agent. Right?
I think so too.
The reason why they're trying to lowball him is because his contract's not expired yet. So they're looking at this through the lens of, listen, like, we're out of the goodness of our own heart, we're willing to start tendering a new contract with you because of the efforts you've showcased so far. But, like, you got to do us a favor and not ask for top of the market pricing, which I understand the push pull here. Like,
do you think Ayuk is smart for turning that down?
Well, listen, I've always said this: deadlines make decisions, people don't. So there's no deadline here. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong.
He doesn't have to play.
Yeah. There's no game next week. I understand it's important to have chemistry with a quarterback. He's shown chemistry with this quarterback over the past 2 seasons. They know where each other are. So I don't see that as being that big of a deal. So there's no deadline here. I don't think there's going to be a decision anytime soon.
And for me as a Niner fan, I don't personally see a problem with the Niners just bumping that up by $3 million a year. Like, what's that going to do? If it's a 4-year deal, you're going to add $12 million to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. Like, I think it's worth it.
We have that 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego County Fair. You have to call in at exactly 8:15, not a second sooner, but at 8:15, if you call 877-767-4760, you're going to win a 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego County Fair. If you're caller number 5, do we have a new talkback on the talkback mic?
We have a lot of new talkbacks that have come in since we started talking this hour.
Using the talkback mic on the free iHeartRadio app.
The talkback mic.
That's the one.
Mic.
Yeah, the talkback mic. Lower right-hand side, you'll see a microphone. That is the talkback mic. You tap the talkback mic and then leave us up to a 30-second message. It can be longer if you want to send multiple messages using the talkback mic.
Talkback mic.
Right.
Oh. It sucks so bad.
That sucks so bad.
Dude, the noise Rich made when he said the first thing, he said, my personal house flying on an airplane with my 2-year-old. Rich went, oh.
We have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old now, so we're just out of this this time in your life when you have kids. And we flew a lot with babies. Like, I remember our first flight with Ty, he was 2 months old. We flew to Custer, South Dakota for a wedding. We could not miss this wedding. And so, I mean, with literally an 8-week-old child, we were on a layover in Dallas in breastfeeding rooms before hopping on a puddle jumper to Custer Regional Airport in South Dakota. Kill me. It was the worst. Anyways, so I feel your pain, brother.
Wow. Yeah, I don't like that I have to go through it one way.
One way in, one way out.
It angers me to the point where I go, I'm not going to go there.
Order all this on Amazon.
Or I will purposely go in the exit and go up to that computer that's right at the end to find out where it is and then go backwards to it.
That's very funny. That's right. Yeah. So you're like a salmon going to your breeding ground. You're swimming against the current
and
the whole way.
sometimes it's a tough go.
It's the sanctuary.
That is your time to yourself, Joe Moon. We get it. We get it.
Yeah, that is the sanctuary.
Well, the Padres are back. They dominate the A's yesterday in a 6-1 lights-out victory. The lights actually went out briefly in the 7th inning. That was after Nando hit a homer in the 5th. He's now gone 16 games in a row with a hit. Cronenworth had a homer as well. Manny had a couple hits. Jackson, Farrell, Merrill, 3 for 4 on the day. And Dylan Cease, he's easy like Sunday morning. Yes, and now the red-hot Padres propelled themselves to an even 500 record. Pretty good. In the NHL Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals last night, it goes to the Panthers, a 4-1 final. They're now up 2-0 in the series, and we finally have word on the identity of the Oilers girl. She goes by Kate.
Yeah.
She's Canadian. She works on an oil field. They are not real.
No, they are not.
That is confirmed. That is confirmed.
Which, by the way, oil, petroleum, actually,
I didn't know where we were going. Baby oil
creates silicon, which is, anyways.
That's true. It's all true. It's all true.
This update.
The WNBA announced Monday that May finished with the Basketball League's highest attended opening month in 26 years, and it's the most watched start of the season across all networks ever. More than half of all WNBA games were sellouts. That's a 156% increase from last year. The WNBA arenas were filled to a 94% capacity on average. That's up 17% across ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, CBS. WNBA games were averaging 1.32 million viewers, which is up from 462,000 last year.
Wow.
No Caitlin Clark in the Olympics, though. Why would they want that?
No, that's crazy. Don't.
Yeah.
That's crazy talk. She's no good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's no good.
And the score from last night's game, the Sun under the Tuscan, the Fever, 89-72.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay,
We
there
can
it
go.
is.
There was a few things on today's show. You haven't taken a lap yet.
What?
You can go.
Yeah, I think
What?
it might be time because you said CZ like Sunday morning. That's why you need to take a look.
Pretty good, I thought. I'll be back, Sean Fake.
So now, as we do every Tuesday, we turn our attention to the four corners of the map. Our Four Corners news correspondent, John Fink joining us.
Yes, scouring the globe to find the stories you didn't know you needed to know from the Four Corners News Desk. I'm John Fink. We're going to start off in Florida, of all places. Man celebrating after being in the hospital for 6 days, going through surgery, no complications, very happy about that. Sitting in a diner, sneezed and coughed at the same time, and then looked down, felt something wet in his lap. His bowel fell out of his body. There's a medical term for this, dehiscence.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Is that the medical term for sneezing and coughing at the same
No.
time, or when you lose a bowel?
When an organ falls out of your body.
Okay. And
That is...
by the way, there's only one way for an organ to fall out.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, there was another way because he had surgery, so he had a little abdominal suture there. And
it kind of squirted through the opening.
Are we talking about a giant wind-driven piano?
No.
Different organ?
So far from it.
Okay.
Yes, we're talking about the large intestine falling out of someone's body.
I hate you.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I walked in, I heard organ. That's my first
The
thought. of course.
wind-driven piano? Is that
I don't know.
I mean, that's me in the mornings. But, a lot of danger in the news today. A UK tourist going to Mexico trying to sample some exotic fruit. We all know about cashews, right? We like a good cashew.
Love a
little
good
tiny
cashew,
nut.
yeah.
Did you know that it grows inside of an apple?
No.
It is
do
the
what?
seed of a full-size apple. They have things
One?
called cashew apples.
One cashew?
Well, actually,
Per
two.
apple?
Two. I think it's two because it kind of little, like.
Oh, yeah.
Nuts
Oh,
kinda.
wouldn't they be
Yeah.
cash-eye?
Listen, you just got back.
I mean, it's really, you're getting there.
Sorry.
again. You're-
Sorry.
it's getting on
Anyway,
thin ice.
This guy, Thomas Harold Watson, 28 years old, was interested as he was exploring the Yucatan Peninsula, went to a vendor, got a cashew apple fruit, took a big bite out of it.
Oh,
It's like, wow, this is really bitter. I don't like this.
Oh, no.
Goes to bed, wakes up the next day. His face is entirely burnt to the point where his lips fall off of his face.
What?
Apparently, there are certain fruit acids.
You know what
Cardinal-
you do when your lips fall off your face and you're at a
Yeah.
hotel?
Yeah.
You call lip service. I gotta go.
Rich.
I gotta go.
Wow. You know what? You're proud of that one. Look how proud he is. You see that? How proud he is?
Wow. It was good. It was good.
That was,
I liked it.
I wasn't mad at that one.
Wait, so there's fruit acid?
Yes. There is fruit acid in most fruit.
Well,
out
yeah,
there,
right. But
there
not
are
enough to
specific-
burn my face off.
Right, but it's specifically in a cashew, and you also can have sensitivity to it. There's cardol and anacardic acid in a cashew apple, where if you bite into that, that was really fast.
He's so aerodynamic now with that haircut.
I'm impressed.
Mhm.
I am kind of jealous of the haircut, I have to admit. He just peeled off his whole lips.
Wow. You know what? Moral of the story: don't eat cashew apples.
Yeah, don't eat cashew apples. I think that's the best choice.
That's right.
In other danger news, a couple walking down the beach in Phillipsburg, Maine. All of a sudden, the woman just disappears, drops into literal quicksand.
Whoa,
Mhm.
dude.
Walking hand in hand with her husband. She's like, all of a sudden, I just wasn't there.
Dude, hang on. I know exactly what to do. I can't. I've been practicing this my whole life for whatever reason.
We've been waiting for it.
Television shows when we were kids,
Yeah.
Land of the Lost,
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
You lay
quicksand
flat.
everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you create surface area
exactly.
immediately.
Right.
Immediately.
That's what she tried to do. She was down a little too far, so her husband had to fish her out.
Dude, this
Sweet,
is like
so to speak.
Yeah.
I saw that look.
I was trying to think of how to say not
Easy.
dirty thing. It's fine.
yeah.
It's all right.
It's fine.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed that like she fell into quicksand and immediately tried the tactics that we were taught when we were kids, and they didn't work.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
bummer.
it was such bad quicksand. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh
Is she
no, I'm
dead?
sinking. It was like, whoosh.
No,
Just-
I think
she made it out.
yanked
She's
out
alive.
of there. Yeah.
And in medical breakthrough news, they are now trying to find new techniques for respirating people. Post COVID-19 pandemic, respirators have started to fail. They are now experimenting with something called EVA, ventilation via the anus.
Oh, God.
breathing
Oh.
through your butt.
You know, you need is one of those old. Need one of those old.
I feel like there
Like-
needs to be some explanation to that, but sure, we could leave it there.
What? Hold on here.
Yes,
What do you-
so there are the scientists have found the microvilli, which are the little cell linings, the cell organism structures on the lining of your lung.
Yeah.
They have found similar ones on the lining of your large intestine.
Yeah.
So for someone that has a collapsed lung, for example, or is going through COVID, I mean, it's not like you're going to just, get an aquarium bubbler and just kind of.
Well, I'm
But,
telling
you
you
know.
right now, if they change the way we're supposed to do CPR and either of the three of you pass out in front of me, I'm sorry. I'm not
No, not
Really?
doing it.
no. I'm
Oh,
not. I'm
yeah.
not,
Just
yeah.
like a big bellows,
I'm
like
not-
an old
yeah.
school, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
for the
yeah,
old-timey
fireplace.
bellows.
But,
Yeah.
like typically when you're performing CPR on someone, it's mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
What do you do in this situation?
Well, you got to get a tight seal.
Yeah.
MTA, baby.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah, this
Well,
I've seen
changes
South Park.
everything. This changes everything.
You know what?
Booty breathing.
Yeah.
booty breathe.
You have like you have a little nozzle, like it's an inflatable floaty.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, all of a sudden you're like, I don't understand how this singer does such a good job holding that note. Meanwhile, we find out she's on performance enhancing EVA.
That's right. It's got an
Wow.
entirely other input going on there.
John, we thank you for your
again.
tireless work
Yes,
at the
My
Four
pleasure.
Corners
Thank you for having
News
me.
Desk.
magnificent.
Unbelievable. Every single. And by the way, as we walk through the rest of our show and our day, I took a lap and I realized, man, every time I spring up after telling a lame joke and having to run around this building, my back doesn't hurt anymore. That's a good feeling. My knees, my hips, my ankles, my feet, they don't bother me. And it's, mostly attributed to the fact that I wear these arch supports from the Good Feet store. Don't get me wrong, try to do right with my diet and my health and other things as well. That all certainly helps. But the biggest change was when I went to the Good Feet store and their practitioner sat me down, measured my feet, gave me the arch supports that fit in my footwear, and I walked out of there as a skeptic, by the way. I didn't think this was going to work for me. And then a week later, I realized the pain in my back was starting to go away. And then a month later, I realized my knee pain disappeared. I've said this before, but I was going to get an MRI on my hip. That pain melted away as well, to the point where I didn't need the MRI. I didn't even want to see what was going on in there, because without the pain, there was no issue. So I just continued on with my life, continued wearing the arch supports from the Good Feet store. If you are in any pain in your lower body joints, go to the Good Feet store. They got 200 plus locations in the US and overseas. Goodfeet.com to book your first appointment today, a free consultation. Goodfeet.com.
Hit us up on the Talkback mic. Just open up the free iHeartRadio app, listen to San Diego Sports 760, and tap that little microphone icon next to the play button to leave a 30-second talkback on the Talkback mic. Yeah.
This update is presented by Clark Pest Control. Padres take down the A's last night at Petco Park. Final score 6-1. Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers take a 2-0 series lead. And in the NBA, Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers' offer to be their next head coach. Clark Pest Control is California's leader in pest control technology. If you need help getting rid of pests, mosquitoes, termites, and much more, call Clark Pest Control for a free estimate today. Dial 1-800-WE-NEED-YOU or visit clarkpest.com. That's clarkpest.com.
Big Rich Eating Flash, San Diego Sports 760. You want to win a $50 gift card to OGs and also qualify for our foursome at Jesse Lozano's One More Win golf tournament happening June 21st. Well, they need to leave us a talkback on the talkback mic. Tell us your personal hell. That will put you in the running for that $50 gift card. And then if you win the gift card, now you have a chance to win that foursome to that golf tourney, which we will be playing in, teeing off right at 9 o'clock. We'll be broadcasting live from 6 to 9 from the event. And then at 9 o'clock, we walk over to the tee box and we let it rip, Tater Chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now watch this drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait for
Did
that.
you just say let it rip, Tater Chip?
I did, yes.
That was solid. That was solid. Hey, what else is solid, rock solid, as a matter of fact, is the next voice on this show, acclaimed star of the show, The Herd, that comes on right after hours here on San Diego Sports 760. You can watch him on FS1. Jason McIntyre joining the show.
My Jets still stink, and nobody wants to coach the Lakers. Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough go. Caitlin Clark getting screwed over by the U.S. Women's Olympic. I mean, things are just coming up crappy right now.
Well, if she could maybe show some positive increase for the WNBA, maybe they'd look her way.
I just don't understand why everybody's making such a big deal out of her not being in the Olympics. I mean, who is she anyways? Like, we've barely heard about her. It's so weird. Hey, before we jump into the NBA finals though, I do want to get your thought on what's going on with these Lakers. Like, so Dan Hurley turns down the contract. JJ Redick, it sounds like he's going to explain more thoroughly what all the hubbub was about when his name was getting thrown through the media. And now we're on to Jay Wright, who feels like the obligatory mention during a head coaching search in the NBA. Are the Lakers in a favorable position here at all? Or are we going to get an also-ran in the NBA linking up with LeBron for the final moments of his career, and then the Lakers can finally move on to a culture builder after LeBron James leaves because he's an aging superstar, and that's a difficult position to be a head coach.
Yeah, the big question is it even a good job coaching the Lakers right now? Well, they don't have draft picks, and LeBron is a fossil, and hey, you guys could bring in James Borrego. I'll just remind people, the Lakers had to settle for Frank Vogel a few years back. He ended up helping them get a title. He was the head coach for the bubble championship. So it's not the worst thing in the world to get rejected. I will say it is a little odd seeing Danny Hurley say, I'm going to take $20 million less and stay in Storrs, Connecticut over move to Los Angeles. $20 million less to stay in Connecticut. That's essentially the numbers I'm reading. And I'm like, that ain't great. But again, it's a tough situation. There's the push and pull with LeBron and his people. There's Anthony Davis always injured. There's the pressure of being here in LA. I personally, I love it out here. We moved out here 8 years ago. You guys have been out here forever.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun. It's a great, I enjoy the West Coast. It's not for everybody. And I guess Hurley was a little nervous of uprooting his family.
West Coast is the best coast. That's what we always say over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. J-Mac, your thoughts on the finals so far through game 2?
In a word, they've been boring. I don't know. The Celtics are just dominating. Kyrie Irving can't do anything. And all of a sudden, Derek Lively looks like a rookie. I mean, he was so good in the last 2 rounds, the big 7-footer, and he just looks lost out there. Can't guard anybody, fouls, it's just Dallas is getting worked. Listen, they made a good run. It feels like it's over, doesn't it? I don't know. And for all these guys, there's a lot of Steph Curry haters. You guys know I'm a big Steph Curry guy. Kyrie Irving has been scintillating in these playoffs. He was unbelievable against Minnesota. The inability to score at all, can't get to the foul line, can't make a three. He's 0 for 8 on threes in the series. And just remembering that Steph Curry lit these guys on fire in the Garden two years ago in the finals, averaged like 30 a game, had a 43-point game. It just shows the gap between Curry and Kyrie. Kyrie cannot get his shot off in the series. He's settling for contested mid-range jumpers. And I know people are saying, well, they didn't have Drew Holiday. Well, they had Marcus Smart. He was the defensive player of the year in 22. Robert Williams, rim protector. They had dudes. They were a great team. Curry lit them up, and Kyrie Irving can't do jack squat.
You feel like the Celtics just kind of run away with this?
Yeah, Celtics in 5? Is that the vibe? Or I don't think it'll be a sweep, right? Luka's not getting swept, is he?
That's what I said to start the series. Celtics in 5 felt like the right choice in the beginning. And also the reason why is because, look, they were favored pretty big and the Mavs were a fun team, but I don't think the Mavs were the best team in the West side of this bracket coming into the final. So I don't know. I was pretty hot on the Celtics. I didn't expect them to necessarily jump out to a 2-0 lead, but I think the Mavericks steal one at home. Who needs it more, though? Who needs it more, Doncic or Tatum? Because legacy talking now. Yeah.
Well, the Tatum part's tough. I feel like every game, everybody expects Tatum to be LeBron or somebody that he's not. He's a really good player. I think he's a top 5 guy in the league. I don't know who you'd build around over him other than Luka, Jokic, Giannis. Really, who's a better American player in his prime right now? Curry's on the tail end. I would take Tatum over Devin Booker. Tatum needs the title, but what happens if he's not the MVP? And they give it to Drew Holiday, who was 50-1, by the way. Now he's down to 7-1. Or Jaylen Brown. Or Porzingis, who I think is plus 25 in the series, coming off the bench. It's then is that great for Tatum? And then do we have Steph Curry discussion when he was in 2015? Remember, he won the MVP, and then in the finals, Iguodala was the MVP, and everybody's like, "Well, Curry's not that good. He wasn't Finals MVP." Is Tatum gonna is that the crap he's gonna get? So I kind of feel like Tatum needs it, but both these guys are they're not even 28, 29 yet. I think it's still too early for putting too much of a burden on needing a championship.
J-Mac, switching gears over to the NFL Madden cover. They teased it. It has now been released.
Yeah.
it's C-Mac on the cover. One,
Not
does
great.
that make you want to go buy Madden 2025? Two, how many games before C-Mac's injured for the rest of the season?
Shut up.
What?
This is embarrassing. I was kind of sort of banned by my family from playing video games because during COVID I was playing a lot of FIFA. We bought into a soccer team in Mexico, so I picked that team and I was like doing the dynasty, and I would like play every day. It was fun. And then I would play Madden and then NBA 2K and I realized I was playing 2 hours a day, and my family's like, well, mostly the wife. You guys know how it is. Like, can you dial back the video games and help out around the house? So I just had to go cold turkey. So I haven't played Madden and stuff in a while. I do love it though. The dynasty mode. Oh my gosh. I don't love the idea of McCaffrey on the cover because I like Niners to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to be going to Vegas here in about 2 weeks, and I'll be betting Niners, a couple other bets. But is there still a Madden curse? Is that a thing?
Yeah, Antonio Brown was a normal human being before he was on the cover of Madden. So yeah, I think there's a Madden curse.
Yeah.
Who
That
was
pretty
on
much does it.
Who was on the cover last year?
I believe last year was Mahomes. It was one of those championship editions with him and Brady both on the cover.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw how that worked out. With Mahomes, it worked out great. With Brady, he lost a career and a wife all in one fell swoop.
and millions in crypto.
Oh, God.
And then he was roasted for only $20 million.
Yeah. That was actually a good thing.
Jason, sticking with the NFL, these rookie quarterbacks, we got a ton of them this year. If you were to pick one that you feel most confident about, who has the CJ Stroud season of last year with the rookies this year?
I mean, you'd have to go Caleb. I don't know. I just was reading that Drake May is second or third string on the depth chart. JJ McCarthy is third behind Nick Mullins. Like, some of these guys, Michael Penix, we know he ain't starting in Atlanta. So it's like, I think the only choice really is Caleb. I don't like the Jaden Daniels thing in Washington. I don't love that. I know people are excited about Cliff, but we'll see. I do think though Caleb Williams has a good year. I think Bears are probably a wild card team. Right?
No love for Bo Nix?
That's all reports. Zach Wilson's getting a lot of the number one team reps. I'm like,
yeah, we have a Broncos fan on our show. TD is wincing in pain when we were playing the Sean Payton sound clip.
Jason just said,
Well, you guys have seen swingers where Vince Vaughn just keeps having to hype up his buddy and keep him positive. I feel like Peyton is saying so many good things about Bo Nix. He's like trying to speak it into a good. Oh, Bo can read a defense. So it's just everything is just the ball washing, every interview. And then now here it is. Zach Wilson's getting the first team reps. And it's like, oh, actions over words. Got it.
Jason McIntyre. He's simply the best. You can hear him every single day from 9 to noon on the Herd right here on San Diego Sports 760 FS1. Also, Straight Fire with Jason McIntyre. Awesome must-listen podcast. We love having you on the show. We'll do it again soon, buddy. Thank you for jumping on.
All right, fellas. Thanks. Take it easy.
There goes Jason McIntyre.
He owns a soccer team?
Yeah, part of a soccer team in Mexico. I was talking about him one of the times where I visited the Herd. He brought it up like just casually. I'm like, dude, you're an owner of a sports team? And he was telling me all about it. And
he works in the same industry we do.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's levels to
Should we
this
buy
game,
a soccer team?
Well, now that you're talking about it, hey,
could.
Or WNBA team?
I'll tell you what, we own like 70 URLs. If we start cashing in on a couple of those,
we'll have hundreds of dollars.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Because one of them's worth hundreds.
There's no doubt. Okay, we promised Ticketpalooza would continue, and it has. Noah Khan tickets. If you want those, you need to dial this number, 877-767-4760. You have to do that at exactly 8:44, and you're going to go see Noah Khan at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater June 18th. Ticketmaster.com if you want to buy those seats or for further details. But exactly 8:44, be caller number 5. You're taking a friend to Noah Khan.
We also got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
5 minutes left for you to submit a talkback to be entered into the running to win that $50 OG's gift card, which enters you into the running, the 1 in 5 chance to get the foursome at next week's golf tournament next Friday out at the Links San Marcos Lake House. It's going to be an awesome time. We'll be there playing. You get a foursome if you win one of these OG's cards, and we draw your name out of the hat.
Looking at talking about the Madden curse, looking at Madden 2000, John Madden on the cover. 2 decades later, he's dead.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it takes
Died.
20 years.
West Coast, Best Coast. Yes, Queen.
It's what we say. We've always said
Is
it
that
here.
what we say?
We say it off the air all the time, and then I say it on the air, and you guys are like, "That is super uncool, bro." And I was like,
Dude,
what?
it's the way you said it and the way Jason responded.
760 West Coast, Best Coast.
Jason's like, yeah.
It's almost like you hung it out there, like you're like West Coast, Best Coast.
Listen,
Am I right?
listen.
It's like you. I wish you had your hand waiting for a high five.
Swing hard, miss hard. That's all.
West Coast, Best Coast. Yes. You're ready to start saying yes this summer.
C-Mac on his way to death is all I'm saying.
Jesus, man.
All right, get your Talkback Mike entries in on the free iHeartRadio app. The Talkback Mike is the microphone button. Tell us what your personal hell is. I think me and Fletcher are living hours.
Yeah, it's current day. My personal heaven, though, is all the weight I've lost. SDFatLoss.com. The team we have over there, Wade and Chloe, they've been awesome to us, helping us all lose 35 plus pounds in just 2 months' time.
What? Don't you lost for words?
If you want to start strutting your stuff on the best coast, which is the West Coast, and you want to take off your top at the Pacific Beach Boardwalk or wherever you're walking around town, get on over to SDFatLoss.com, because within the next 2 months, you can drop 35, 40 pounds. It happened for all of us. It can happen for you as well. And if you sign up right now with code Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, by code, I mean, tell Wayne and Chloe we sent you, you're going to save $200 on your order. SDFatLoss.com, West Coast, Best Coast. More coming up next.
Hang on here while I find a song to sing. Give me 1 sec.
West
Give me 1
Coast,
sec.
Best Coast.
Use the extra soft. It's easier on your backside. Yeah, Shaman will keeping you fresh. Shaman good, Shaman fresh.
You know all the words.
It's advertising
Keep up with San Diego Sports 760 anytime, anywhere. Whether you're stepping out of the car or settling at home, just ask your Google or Alexa smart speaker to play AM 760 or stream it live through the iHeartRadio app. It's never been easier to stay connected to your favorite shows like this one right here. San Diego Sports 760, the incredible edible egg. Ow! Wow.
Jeez.
Really?
I
Wait,
mean,
make
it took
death
20
is lap worthy?
it took 20 years, but the curse finally caught up.
Okay. Wait, who was that?
I don't know. But he spoke
Alex.
like AI
All right,
Alex.
Alex, I'll take a lap.
Imagine Alex's name is actually spelled AIEX because that's the way he sounded. Okay, so check it out. If you've used the talkback mic today, you virtually all of you are going to be in the running for this because every talkback we've received has been your own personal hell. We'll throw Alex in the ring because it seems like his personal hell is listening to TD's dad jokes.
Same as ours.
Yeah. So we share that in common. Have we gotten any new talkbacks where people are illustrating their personal hell for an opportunity to win a $50 OG's gift card, but also to qualify for that Jesse Lozano golf tournament? Any other ones?
No more personal hells, but we did get 3 new ones. Here's one of them.
Okay. That's the voice of Roseanne Barr. I'm positive.
Are you sure?
Listen to that voice again.
Check the first name. It is, but like a Roseanne Barr from 1990.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
The actual name is KC.
KC.
Actually, I think that was the name of Roseanne's daughter in the show.
Casey.
Maybe I'm wrong.
When we go golfing, it's mostly drinking.
Yeah, we don't really golf.
Yeah, it's kind of like drinking interrupted by golf.
We play a game known as whack frick,
Yeah.
where you whack the ball and then you say frick.
Well, she's in the running.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the random number generator here
We got
in just
32
a moment.
of those, TD, if you want to pull up the random
32?
numbers. Yeah.
Okay,
Do
hang
we
on.
have any other talkbacks while we're waiting for him to generate a
Hold
number?
on, I got to go to the website.
Dude, Dodger Stadium already smells bad. I can't imagine if it got lit on fire.
Dude, I mean, honestly, the amount of methane that is being spewed from under the dugouts. I mean,
It does
ticking
smell
time bomb.
bad, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
it's built
Yeah.
literally in a ravine.
Like it
Right.
smells like Dookie.
It's where
Well-
water runoff goes. Like, I mean, it floods twice a year. Chavez Ravine, it's literally a dump.
Do you want a drum roll as I press generate here? 32 is the number. Here we go. Hang on. Feverishly typing. We were ready for it.
That's fine.
And here we go. 29. Number 29 is the winner. Now go back to your list. That's easy to do.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
He's so busy. He's so busy back there clicking buttons.
Okay, here we go. That's good. Mhm. Mhm. Nicely done.
Wow.
Nicely done. First name
Wow.
on that one. Do we know?
Adrian.
Adrian.
Adrian! Hey, yo, Adrian!
You
I'll
won
tell-
yourself a $50 gift card.
He's gonna have a couple brews and some pizza on us. We're thrilled for you, Adrian. And then, oh, by the way, you and 4 other names are gonna be thrown into a hat. We're gonna have a random draw from our OG's gift card winners to find out who's golfing with us.
So
at
far,
Jesse
we got
Lotano's tournament.
Eric, we got Adrian.
Okay.
3 more names need to get added to that.
Yeah.
Man, we need some of the ladies.
Yeah, maybe a lady golfer. Look, all I know is tomorrow's a new day. If you missed out on your opportunity on the Talkback mic, we will reopen the Talkback mic at the start of our show. Who do we thank today, Fletch?
First, thank you goes to Susan, who won the Noah Khan tickets. She was the sweetest lady. Susan, you made my day.
Right
Thank
on.
you for the kind words. Also, thank you, Jason McIntyre. Thank you, John Fink. Thank you, all the roadies, dogs, hangers, bangers. Thank you, Prize Picks. I love you.
Prize Picks. We love our corporate sponsor, Prize Picks. Not to be user distributed. It's no, I'm kidding. Listen, the herd is next. You're going to hear Jason McIntyre in like 2 seconds.
Yep. He'll probably say West Coast is the best coast.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
yes.
I hate you guys. This is my personal hell.